Unintentional? Unintentional? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I was fucking muted that whole time. Didn't hear the awesome burp. Didn't hear. I didn't. There was no burp. No, you weren't. They could hear you.
Good.
They could hear you. Could not hear me or my awesome beat. My awesome burp. Couldn't.
Truly.
So mad.
It's amazing. You guys missed out on something beautiful right there.
Chat, you missed out. Okay.
Work of art.
Oh my god, this is stressful already. I hate this. Okay.
You're stressed about everything you do. Literally every waking moment for you is stress. Okay.
I'm aware of this. I'm aware of this.
I know you're aware of this. I'm just making you more aware. That's my job here. I don't have many things that I can do, and this is about to be like an hour-long stream of me just sitting here going, yes, I understand. Here's my doodle of an Angry Bird.
I hope you're.
I gotta get punches in where I can.
There's a quiz at the end. I'm kidding. There's not a quiz at the end. Pop quiz.
Oh,
okay.
There's
no.
Not a quiz?
Let me do the fucking intro.
What's the point of me taking notes then?
Let me do an intro. Well, you can take notes.
Listen,
you'll need them for next week, so you can keep up.
Wait, hold on. What? Wait, what? oh, okay. So I thought you meant that, like, there's gonna be like a 2-week.
There's a final exam. There's a final exam for Double or Nothing, asshole.
That's great.
I hope you're ready.
Listen. I've been up for like 26 hours at this point. I get.
How many credit hours is this?
I'm probably not that much more different than I normally am. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Streaming Gambit 4
I forgot to start playing the fucking music.
We hit play at the same time.
I forgot.
Gosh darn it, Liz. All right.
Well, now I can't do it because I can't mess up the thing, or it's gonna go all and you'll see my Discord.
Just tap into YouTube real quick, hit play, and then.
Okay, so there's not gonna be any music for this. We're 3 for 3 right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Liz Was Streaming. And quick note before we start: do not worry. Liz Was Streaming is not going anywhere. It's fine. Liz Plays is still gonna happen probably every Tuesday. We are not giving up on Undertale or any of the other games we play. I promise. This is just a new series that. I hope I'm pointing the right way. You convinced me to do that I've had in my mind for like a year now. I've been wanting to make like a wrestling podcast or wrestling videos because if you watch my streams, I talk about this a lot. It's the only thing I talk about. It's one of the only things. Thank you for correct pointing direction, Marbles. This is like my favorite thing of. I'm gonna burp again. Hold on. Shit. Oh, nice. Oh, wrestling? Is that not what it says down there? Maybe I didn't do it right. Well,
Lights
hopefully
out,
it's right.
MOTYC recap.
Okay.
Sure, I'm sure that means wrestling. I don't freaking know.
We'll figure it out. Okay, so welcome to recap. Actually, TGR fan 101, that's my friend Daisy in chat. She came up with the name for this podcast. So everyone say thank you, Daisy, for the name recap. So this is the wrestling recap for different shows. I will not be doing one for Raw because I'm fucking.
It's your fault, Daisy. It's your fault.
Stop insulting my guests. We will not be doing an installment of Raw because Raw is fucking boring. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. We absolutely will be doing Wednesday and Friday shows. Sometimes the guest will change. I promise I will explain who this person is in just a second. There's a lot to get to. Very scary, very crazy.
You guys want to know who I am? I'll tell you who I am.
I didn't even say you could. Okay, cool. Go for it. Everyone, this is my friend, internet friend. This is Yamin4 Studios. If you scroll to the bottom of this channel page, in my featured creators, you can go follow him. He doesn't stream, but you can follow him.
I'm trying to get back to it.
He was supposed to stream tonight, and then he didn't because big moron. But
that's not.
Looks like his name is Bruce Yams. What's up, Bruce Yams? He has a name tag right there. Sorry.
Does
he?
Sorry. There we go.
Yams. There you go. So this is Yamin or Cody. I will be switching between those two names periodically. Yamin, Cody.
You can also
that
call
is
me
him.
Frickface.
Or that works too.
Frickface.
As you know,
Yam, that guy.
That guy. I'm Liz. I'm always here. You know me. I dressed up for the occasion. I wore my fancy outfit for the occasion.
I've been wearing this shirt for 2 days.
But oh my god, I actually have to do a podcast. I don't. Oh no. Okay, so for a little bit of okay, here we go. As Yemen, how much wrestling do you think you've watched in your life? I'm the ghost co-host. Yes, you are. Thank you.
I liked that scene in Spider-Man 1 where he jumped up.
This is gonna go well. I liked that scene in Spider-Man.
For you, I liked that. I liked that scene. Let's see. I watched that movie with Jack Black, the one with
Nacho Libre.
He was like a teacher, and like he had to no. He was like a teacher, and he had to like fight people for money for the school.
I don't think that happened in School of Rock, man. I don't think that happened in School of Rock. It wasn't
School of Rock. No, it was a different movie where there was three of them, at least.
I don't think
this one was more recent.
No, I don't
School
think
of Rock's kind of old.
I don't think
you're
talking about.
It was good.
I don't think it was Jack Black that you're thinking of, because there was a
might not have been Jack Black.
Oh fuck, what's his name? Kevin James.
No,
he was in a movie like that to save the music program or something. Okay, I do know what movie you're talking about, but that's also you have. I heard Liz doesn't think. What if eggs? Yeah, obviously I don't think. My brain don't work. It don't. Oh my god, I can make wrestling references on here, and people will get them, and they will fit in. Theoretically, no one will get them. So tonight, we are going to be talking about, personally, my favorite wrestling show of the week, but that's just because I'm overly attached to all of these characters. We're going to be talking about All Elite Wrestling's Dynamite show on TNT. And tonight was technically yesterday was for me, oh my god, how embarrassing. Was the St. Patrick's Day, I think it was called St. Patrick's Day Slam episode. And it fucking banged. Great episode. And I can't wait to sit here and explain to you things. What are you doing?
I realized I wasn't wearing green.
It's not St. Patrick's Day anymore. Take that off.
It is for me.
So tonight's episode of Dynamite
was all
pretty
day,
good.
I'm not about to get pinched.
Okay, so anyway, everything is green. Tonight's episode of Dynamite was pretty good, honestly. It was one of the better ones that all of the ones recently have been good. But like this one, when we get to that main event, I'm gonna sing, and I'm gonna explain all of this to all of you. In chat, you can participate, you can ask questions, give your feedback if you watched the show. Most of you probably didn't, so you'll be confused. This will be great. Okay.
I watched it every second, man. I was just sitting at the edge of my seat,
I fucking gave you the
especially
option.
like the odd, like, I wasn't expecting Shrek to show up, and save everyone last minute, but man.
I gave you the option to watch the show, and you said I don't have cable.
I don't have cable. Why would I pay for cable? Like, imagine paying for cable. What, Netflix, Funimation, Crunchyroll, Verve.
We're not sponsored. We're not. Stop saying their names. We are not sponsored.
I
could be if you know what I'm saying. Okay. Oh, another quick disclaimer. If you are coming in here from like any other side of the like wrestling Twitter or wrestling community of anything, I am not a journalist. I'm not a reporter. I'm not a loser.
You're not a journalist, but you are a journalist.
I'm kidding. Wrestling journalists are cool, but this podcast isn't gonna. It's just gonna be kind of like think of it as the wrestling podcast.
This is wrestling for dummies, and I'm the dummy.
Yes, it's like wrestling for dummies and wrestling like spoken by the people. I'm going to give my personal opinions that may or may not be biased. It's not going to be all, oh, this is what's best for business. I think what's best for business is if you got run over by a car, or whatever it was that CM Punk said in like 2000. I think if you drop dead, that's what's best for business. Not what we're talking about today. We're talking about Dynamite, and we're actually going to get into it. Let's get into it. The opening match was Penta El Cero Miedo. Yemen, do you want to do you speak any Spanish?
Hola. Sí.
Bueno. The opening match, well, technically the opening was something else, but like it doesn't matter. But the opening match that was very good, I enjoyed it, was Penta El Cero Miedo versus Cody Rhodes. Now, I don't know about you, but Cody Rhodes has a very iconic theme song that I will not be singing. My apologies. But, shit. So, it was a pretty good, this is impossible because I can't bounce off of you because you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, I got you. Cody Rhodes can't sing. I've written it down. I've underlined
Cody Rhodes. Okay. Wait. Perfect. Cody Rhodes can't sing.
Cody the correct way.
They fucked it up. They did fuck up Cody Rhodes' theme. They did fuck it up. Like, I love Snoop Dogg and everything, but, like, he was not a good addition to that theme song.
Man.
Unlike Sasha Banks' theme song that they added Snoop Dogg to, like, that was a good addition, but Cody's didn't fit.
Snoop Dogg in here? How's Snoop Dogg gonna wrestle, man?
Snoop Dogg actually has wrestled. That's the joke.
But how's he gonna do that? You don't know what's going on. He'd probably wrestle himself before he, found the
Why would he do that?
Because,
Okay, anyways. This match was pretty good. I wrote a lot of notes. Like, I kept notes of all of these things. Basically, the match opens with, like, a little vignette of Penta just being like, hey, Cody, I'm going to break your arm, and I'm going to send you on an early paternity leave. And Cody was like, well, you can't just fucking say shit like that. Like, Cody gets all and angry as he comes out to the ring.
Arm broken.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to send you on paternity leave. Oh, that is also actually important and pertinent information. Cody Rhodes and his wife, Brandy Rhodes, are having a child. Yes, that is actually pertinent information. That baby is going to get an action figure before Britt Baker, which is so depressing, because after the performance that Britt Baker put on tonight, I'm speaking so fast. I'm so sorry. See, I wouldn't forget about Alex, but I'm also going to forget about Alex, because Alex does not matter.
Oh, wait, let me get this straight. You're against babies being turned into action figures.
Yes.
Why?
Because what is the purpose of having an action figure shaped like a baby? Does the baby have a name yet?
I've got Wobbit Fett right here.
That's different.
Right here.
That's different.
That could be a baby.
I don't think it
All
really.
I'm saying.
Anyways, the match starts. They're kind of just trading generic moves for a second, At one point, Penta wears a St. Patty's Day hat. Actually, at two different points, Penta wears a Patty's Day hat. It is very cute. We like it a lot. My notes say Penta wore a St. Patty's Day hat before Cody was a bitch and knocked it off. So that's great.
Man, then why you gotta do that?
I think during whatever Cody's most recent match was, it was either that ladder match at Revolution or something after it. He hurt his shoulder. So Penta was just doing a lot of working over the shoulder. There was a tope suicida into the ring barricade. By the way, tope suicida means suicide dive. Thank you. You basically.
What's a suicide dive?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. Let me show you. So okay. I have things, right?
Things.
Let me demonstrate.
That is.
This is a wrestling ring. Let me demonstrate.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not have.
That is a tool, not a toy, right?
That depends on how we ask. Excalibur voice.
Okay,
Tope suicida into the barricade. So I don't have a Cody Rhodes doll. So he will have to be, what a visual. I love it. I don't have a Cody Rhodes doll or a Penta El Estadio Miedo doll. So instead, they are going to get replaced with, we're going to put, oh fuck, I dropped it. We're going to use a Finn Balor doll that I have and this tiny Shawn Michaels. This will work. Trust me. Trust me, this will work. So you ask what a suicide dive is. We have our ring right here. Can you see it?
No.
Don't fucking lie to me. This is important.
I would never lie.
This is the ring. And basically what a suicide dive is, or a tope suicida, you have one person on the outside, like out here. Penta is being portrayed by tiny Shawn Michaels, because I don't have a Penta figure yet. And
Looks like
Cody
a wrestler
Rhodes
to me.
will be portrayed by Red Pants Finn Balor.
Yes, also wrestler.
Yes.
Good dolls.
So one is inside of the ring, right? And the other one is outside of the ring. What the person inside of the ring does is they run back to these ropes and they go ba-doing, and then they go through the ropes and like suicide tackle the other person to the ground. And then like, you know, this one, they do that, right? So like visual again. You like, shit. You turn, hit the ropes, come back, fly through the ropes, hit them, and then there you go. That is a suicide dive.
Is that optimal?
Yes, no, kind of.
Because that sounds like, you know, something they do in video games, but in real life it sounds like you would just crack your skull.
That has happened before, but that does not stop people from doing suicide dives. In fact, that is not the only suicide dive that even happened on Dynamite tonight. There were like 3 of them, and you will know when we get to them. But after the suicide dive, there's like a Canadian Destroyer, Cody Cutter, Crossroads, some fucking backpack move that I didn't understand. Penta kicks out of all of those. However, there was also a figure 4. Penta like doesn't tap out or kicks out of all of those, but he is eventually put away by a bullshit. So like he snaps his arm on like the side, like Cody cracks his skull a lot. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Cody bleeds a lot. He didn't bleed in this match, but he does a lot. So there was like some foolishness and some other bullshit happened. It was very weird. Although Cody Rhodes did win this match with the most devastating move in all of professional wrestling, the surprise roll-up. Very important. You're taking notes. Okay.
Will probably die to loss of blood.
That sounds accurate. I still can't figure out why this soda tastes funny. After Penta gets pinned, he gets all pissed off. He gets all pissed off, beats up Cody, and then beats up Cody, rightfully so. And then after that, the fucking Nightmare Family Brigade comes in. Now, the Nightmare Family, very important. First out is Dustin Rhodes, which is Cody Rhodes' older brother. He wears half a face of makeup, typically blue. He looks like a blueberry. He comes out to save his brother. Secondly and thirdly are the Gunn brothers. Yes, there's lots of brothers in this franchise. Out comes Austin Gunn, who is the Crowd, and Colton, nice burp, and Colton Gunn, who is younger than Austin and is trying to be as cool as his brother, but it's not quite working. So they all come out, they get Penta to stop beating up Cody, and they're like, stop beating up our friend, what the fuck? And then fucking Apple Boy comes out, also known as QT Marshall, but I call him Apple Boy because he is Apple Boy. And everyone's like, where were you, QT? Why weren't you out here? Is he the Avatar kind of blue? Yes. Kind of. No, he's darker? Oh, I guess you are right. Classic. Oh, that Apple Boy. Apple Boy recently turned heel. Do you know what heel means? Do you know the distinctions between...
That's what you tell dogs to do, like when you want them to stop.
Do you know the
I know that
distinction
one.
between heels and faces? Do you know that? Do you know what that means?
Yeah, so this is my heel
Get your foot
right
off
here.
of my stream.
This is my face.
Okay, so a
I
baby
thought we were
face.
talking about wrestling though.
We are. A baby face. People who watch Sammy Vlog knew he was a bitch. I mean, this is true. Oh, that is like Sammy Vlog and Being the Elite are like, it's like the WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier of the MC universe. Like you have the wrestling show, and then you have all of these shows outside of it that also influence the main show. It's very confusing. They have a cinematic universe. What's up, you sexy mother flippers? Hi, Rob. Hi, Jace. Welcome. We were just finishing up the first match. I'm taking so long. This is only the first segment. We're going to be here a while.
So the MCU is a part of the WCU.
Yes, basically.
I've got this. Okay. I'm going to circle that.
So the Rhodes family, the Nightmare Collective, and the Nightmare family are really pissed off at Appleboy because Appleboy recently turned heel.
Wait, who's the Nightmare family?
Holy shit. The Nightmare family. Okay, so Cody Rhodes basically has like his own like posse, kind of. Except it's like people that he trains in like his facility because like Cody Rhodes is really rich and like he comes from a long line of family wrestlers. Like Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes' dad, Dusty Rhodes, was a very famous wrestler like way back in the day. He's no longer with us. Rest in peace, Mr. Dusty Rhodes. But the wrestling cinematic universe. Yes, that is what SCU stands for. I love that. Holy shit. Okay. They're pissed at Appleboy. Appleboy's like, I didn't do nothing. And we're like, okay, I guess he didn't do nothing. Next segment, some reporter, I don't really care which one it was, they go talk to Matt and Nick Jackson. Now,
They're part of the Nightmare fam.
No, they're not.
No, they're part of Appleboy fam.
No, these two are completely separate.
In fact, family?
Okay, hold on.
They're on their own separate thing.
Yes,
okay,
they're their own separate. Hold on. Let me. We're busting it out already because this part is very important. I bought a whiteboard for this so that I could make a graph. So let me
write sideways.
Here we go.
Sideways and diagonal.
So, okay.
What are those names again?
So in the next segment, we talk to Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. Their tag team name are the Young Bucks. They are also brothers. Matt is the older brother and Nick is the younger brother. And hold on. Okay. So now we actually have to go off track for a little bit because I have to give you the whole business on the Elite and like I'm going to try to explain the Elite and the entire storyline of the Elite in like 3 minutes or less. So pay attention. So we have the Elite, right? The Elite was a super faction that started in like New Japan Pro Wrestling, which is a different pro wrestling promotion. Very important. There were 5 members. There were 5 members of the Elite. Malachi is actually the youngest. Okay, listen. So there are 5 members of the Elite. By the way, the Elite doesn't exist anymore, but we'll get to that and we'll get to why. And also this segment feeds off of the Elite storyline because of some stuff that happens in this segment when they talk to Matt and Nick. Okay, here we go. So first member of the Elite is this guy. No, fuck. Make him wear ugly shoes. Because that's all he does. And he has a little belt. This right here, this is Kenny Omega. He was like the de facto leader. So this right here, this is Kenny Omega with his curly anime hair and his title belt because, okay, holy shit, hold on.
I think I'm seeing it.
So Kenny Omega was like the leader of the Elite. He was like the strongest. He is the, holy shit. This is the belt, by the way. He's the current, he is the current AEW World Champion, which is this belt. It's upside down. it is this belt. He is this current champion. And that is very important.
Kenny's not dead.
No,
but
Kenny
everyone else in the elite plot is dead.
I mean, Kenny almost died in an exploding barbed wire death match. We'll get to that. Yes, I'll explain what an exploding barbed wire death match is in just a second. So, coming off of Kenny Omega's heels are his two best friends in the whole world that he started being the elite with, which is who we were just talking about, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. Now, hold on. You know that they are the Jackson brothers because they have long brown hair and they do Canadian destroyers off of anything that they can find. Basically. Now, here's the important part about Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. Oh, by the way, they're the Young Bucks. They're the Young Bucks. They're partners 2 and 3. Here they are. This one is Matt. You can tell because he has longer hair and is hotter. This one is Nick Jackson. You can tell it is Nick because he has shorter hair and is more talented than his older brother.
I see. I'm going to be honest, because you're all pixelated to me, they all look like a bunch of potatoes. But carry on.
That's great. Okay. I hope this is coming across for everyone on stream. But this is Matt Jackson. This is Nick Jackson. They're the Young Bucks. These two...
It is more visible on screen.
Okay. These three are best friends. They're amazing. Not to be confused with the actual tag team Best Friends, which also exists in AEW, but we will not be talking about the tag team Best Friends. However, they are best friends. Very confusing, I know. Next up, he was not on this episode of Dynamite, but oh fuck, how am I going to do this? Okay. So, the third member of the Elite, arguably the most important, but also, oh shit, what am I doing? Please pretend what I am drawing is a horse. This is a horse.
Hi Ruby says, talk about best friends. Who's best friends? That's the Jackson 5, right? The Jackson 5 are all best friends. I know
okay,
that.
No, technically not, but also kind of. So this one riding a horse, holding a bottle of alcohol because he's depressed and an alcoholic. This is Hangman. This is Hangman, right there. He's sad.
Why are we playing Hangman? Why are we playing Hangman?
This is Hangman. This is Hangman Adam Page. He's
I know that game. Yes.
So Hangman is the cowboy of the group. He's also the one that outperforms everyone else because he is the most talented. However, this is very important. This is very important. I cannot see any of these drawings. It is my apology. So
I can see him on this stream.
So Hangman and Kenny Omega also used to be best friends, kind of, because Hangman and Kenny at the beginning of 2020 were the AEW Tag Team Championships, which are these right here that the Young Bucks currently have. Now, Hangman and Kenny lost the titles to two little goobers that I'm going to draw up here in the corner. This is FTR up here in the corner. They don't get any sort of anything. Also, don't forget FTR. They are important. We will talk about them later. But Hangman and Kenny lost the titles to FTR, and then FTR lost the titles to Matt and Nick. They used to be tag team champions, Kenny and Hangman, and then Hangman got depressed because he didn't want to be a part of the Elite anymore. And FTR! That stands for Fear the Revelation. Ow, I think. I'm not sure, though. Now, if you're wondering why there are 5 people in the Elite, I lied. There's actually only 4 people in the Elite because fucking Cody Rhodes never helped out with anything. Like, he wasn't a part of the Stadium Stampede match. He didn't help any of his friends when they were hurt. But Cody Rhodes was a part of the Elite. He did help. Also, when Cody was a part of the Elite back in New Japan, him and Hangman turned on Kenny, and they beat up Kenny, and then Matt and Nick got mad at Hangman and Hangman and Cody. And then eventually, what's going on now? Oh, shit. Okay, wait, we're going to draw. This is Cody, right down here. That's Cody. Friends, not friends anymore. None of these guys are friends anymore.
Real quick, I just want to make sure I'm on the same team. So, Cody Rhodes, kind of a prick. You know, he screwed over his friends, and he's rich, right?
Yes, eat the rich.
Okay.
There's also an ex-6th member that we don't talk about. This is true. Now,
Okay. Why?
I
Is he like
realized
part of like? Am I gonna get shot?
no, because he is a gross and disgusting
Because
person, and
apparently
we will
I
not be
learned that
talking about
wrestling's
him.
some big, death match with like explosions and stuff. So
That did happen. We will talk about that. Hold on. Okay, so this is kind of the
is there just some
storyline.
conspiracy with the secret guy?
No, that's not a conspiracy. It's that okay. I will mention this person on stream, even though I really don't want to. The reason we don't talk about Marty Scurll is because he is a pedophile. We are never speaking of him again. Fuck that man.
Oh.
Not literally. Marty Scurll can go to hell. Thank you. Okay. So this is the Elite, and that is very important to this segment. Here is why. Matt and Nick are interviewed about Matt's most recent match where he lost to Ray Phoenix in a singles match. And Matt gets all pissy about it like he normally does because he is a sore loser. And eventually, oh, fucking shit, let me pull it back out. Hold on, we're not done yet. So there is another prick that we gotta talk about. His name is Don Callis. He is an ugly, creepy uncle that none of us like on the wrestling Twitter, but we have to talk about him anyways. This right here with the tiny dick is, this is Don Callis. We hate him.
Okay.
This is Don.
Okay. We don't like uncles with small penises, guys.
We don't like uncles with small penises. This is Don Callis. Now, Don Callis basically kidnapped Kenny. So this guy right here, AEW World Champion, best friends with Don. Basically like his dad. Old enough to be his dad. Damn right Don has a tiny dick. This is Don Callis, best friends with Kenny Omega. He's like Kenny Omega's, not like friend or like basically like his owner almost, except not. He's trying to make Kenny straight, which is very weird. Not a fan. Also, very important information. Don Callis is the owner of Impact Wrestling, which is another promotion that we will not be getting into. But he owns that, and he, at Winter is Coming, which was an event in December, helped Kenny win the AEW title from, fuck, where's my pen? I'm doing it in a different color. Helped him take the title.
I should be using a pen because I'm burning through this.
This right here, this sad guy up here in black, that is Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley was the previous AEW champion to Kenny before Kenny beat Mox for the title because of Don's help. And after that, Don has basically erased the fucking title from the company, and Kenny is a heel who hangs out with the Good Brothers. I will not be drawing or demonstrating anything in the Good Brothers because I don't fucking like them. Not even as wrestlers. I don't like them as people. They will only get talked about a little bit during their segment. Anyways. Don is basically turning Kenny into even more of an asshole than he already is, right? Which is why Kenny is not friends with Matt and Nick anymore. Because even though Kenny split off from Hangman and Matt and Nick split off from Hangman, these three were still friends. Matt, Nick, and Kenny were still friends. They are no longer friends because Don made Kenny an asshole, and Matt and Nick are tired and fed up with the bullshit. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Wait, so
what do you have any questions?
I got it. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, Don shows up in this segment, starts being like, do you see the same Matt and Nick in the mirror that you see when you used to be in New Japan, where you were the best wrestling team of all time, and now you're just a bunch of jokes? And then Matt and Nick were like, fuck you, bitch, I ain't taking any of this. You made my friend Kenny not like me, and now he's like evil? Also, your sunglasses are ugly, and your eye is
weird? We like Kenny now? I thought he was bad.
No, we don't like Kenny. I mean, everyone on the internet likes Kenny because he has a fat ass and a horrible sense in fashion. Although today he did dress himself properly.
So we want to sleep with Kenny, but we don't like Kenny's personality.
Yes, exactly.
So it's like
everyone on wrestling Twitter wants to fuck Kenny. They are called the Homega Nation. I'm not shitting you.
It's like that girl from Resident Evil 8.
What?
Am I right? It's like that girl from Resident Evil 8, right?
Yes, it is like the big tall lady, except Kenny's a short king. He's not tall. Everyone who was a part of the Elite was kind of short, except, I mean, Hangman was kind of tall. Also, Hangman does not appear on this episode of Dynamite, so you will not get to hear me scream and get excited about Hangman. Next up on the list is Jade Cargill in a wrestling match. She fought Danny Jordan in a winning effort where she just fucking destroyed Danny. If you ask that one guy, that is true. You are correct. Danny Jordan lost to Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill is new. She's big, strong, and beautiful. I want her to carry me into the sunset. I love her. She has superstar written all over her. She is going to be a future world champion. She's going to run the division alongside the other top stars of the women's division. It's going to be great. Jade did like an insane kick on Danny, and then threw her in a release German suplex, and then did a kip up. After that, the match ended with a very simple glam slam, to which Jade was like, "I'm stronger than you, bitch." With
glam slam.
Legit, you always have to end with a glam.
You said that? You said that?
You always got to end with a glam slam. It's true.
Always got to end with a glam slam.
Good job. A glam slam.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Jade and Red Velvet.
Right on.
Red Velvet is another okay. So Jade is an important character, and Red Velvet is an important character. Red Velvet, friends with Cody Rhodes. Jade Cargill, friends with Shaquille O'Neal. That is important information. So during the Shaquille O'Neal versus Cody Rhodes feud from like 2 or so weeks ago, when Shaq actually wrestled a match and went through 2 fucking tables, it was pretty cool. It was also a tag team mixed match, which means each team had 1 man and 1 woman. And on Cody's team was Red Velvet, who is a super cool up-and-coming wrestler. Her thing is straight out your mama's kitchen, and I love her. And then Jade Cargill is just a boss woman. We love her. So they're mad at each other. They hang out. Jesus Christ, this next segment is long. Okay. Oh,
wait, they're mad at each other or they hang out?
Jade and Red Velvet are mad at each other. They hate each other. They had a match, but they're still mad at each other after this match. I have to get the fucking thing out. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. I gotta get this back out, and we have to erase it, because now I have to explain to you the Inner Circle Pinnacle debate, because this one's gonna take a while. Okay, let me explain to you the fucking Inner Circle shit. We actually learned in this segment while MJF is talking that the Inner Circle MJF shit was 6 months long. I didn't realize that half of my year was taken up by goddamn Fozzy Bandman and his, tall friend who is not nice. This is gonna take forever to erase. Oh, God. So, MJF and the Suit Boys come out, now christened the Pinnacle, which is the antithesis to the already established Inner Circle, which is a heel faction of a bunch of bad dudes, except 2 of them are really good and amazing and never get the screen time that they need. One of them is fine, he's pretty cool. He runs the Sammy vlog. One of them is stupid and we don't like him, and the other one is Fozzy Bandman. Fozzy Bandman, also known as Chris Jericho. Now.
That's from the Bible. I know that.
Kind of. So, I need a different color. Okay. So, let me split this board in half. We have the Inner Circle, which is comprised of 5 members. The leader.
You told me that there was no government conspiracy going on, though.
Keep that in mind. This is Chris. I spelled his name wrong. There is this one, who is his friend, Jakeson Hagerman. His name is just Jake Hager, but we don't like him. I've never met a fan of Jake Hager. That's because they don't exist. This is Jake. He is the muscle of the team. He's just tall. That's all he is. He's not good at wrestling. He is tall. After Jake are the 2 tag team specialists that we love and adore and want to keep safe for the rest of our lives. Santana and Ortiz of Proud and Powerful. They are very good. We love them. We love them a lot. Oh, shit. And then the 5th member of Inner Circle, he's going to be really small down here in the corner. I'm sorry I ran out of room. This is Sammy Guevara. These 5 represent the original Inner Circle. Ow. These 5 are the Inner Circle. They are the original Inner Circle formed on the very first episode of Dynamite.
Now everything makes sense.
In 2019. I know. Oh, Sammy Guevara is down here. There he is. So, about 6 months ago, a little rap man named Maxwell Jacob Friedman, also known as MJF, who doesn't know how to fucking put on self-tanner properly. So, he just doesn't know how. He just does not know how. He wears a fancy scarf from Burberry. This is MJF. Right? That is MJF. Right there, on the other side of the line. Now, 6 months ago, MJF had a plan that he was going to infiltrate the Inner Circle and be friends with them and like them. Now, this kind of worked. And I say kind of. Hey, he's not the only wrestler that can't tan properly. It's weird how common that is. Maybe we should get like a class going and teach wrestlers how to self-tan. I'm just saying. Maybe we should do that. Because this man, oh God, poor kid. He's also, by the way, this kid right here, MJF, 24 years old. He is 3 years older than me and already has a stable career for the rest of his life. How fucking bullshit is that? So Maxwell Jacob Friedman, I will intermittently be calling him Max, and MJF. MJF infiltrates the Inner Circle, becomes friends with all of these guys. His main objective is to split the fatherly relationship between Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. So basically that does not exist anymore, but stay with me. And then he basically splits everyone from each other and makes a huge divide while also trying to start a coup from the inside of the Inner Circle to overthrow Chris Jericho and become the new leader.
You broke up there. Did you say you started a cult?
Okay, no, but keep that in mind. We will be talking about a cult later. Cults are important. Remember that. So he basically tries to become the de facto leader of the Inner Circle. And last week, he revealed his mighty plan to everybody after Sammy had officially left the Inner Circle and left everything in shambles.
Lower your sensitivity?
Yes, I can.
Keep cutting out. Great.
My apologies. It's because I'm so close to the mic that it's really pissed off. So, he actually completes part of his plan. He makes Sammy leave the Inner Circle and hate all of his friends. And Sammy looks like he's on the turn to become a babyface. He's going to be a good guy and leave the Inner Circle. And then last week, it is revealed that Sammy was actually in cahoots with Chris, Jake, Santana, and Ortiz to actually take out MJF because
all of that cut out. Sammy's going to do what?
Okay, hold on. So Sammy left the Inner Circle, and we all thought he was going to become a babyface and turn on his friends due to MJF making him hate his friends so that he would leave. Swerve, that did not happen. Sammy was actually in cahoots with Chris, Jake, Santana, and Ortiz in order to actually kick MJF back out of the Inner Circle because all of them decided they fucking hated him. Fair point, he's an asshole. Now, Max accounted for this. They thought that they had revealed Max's secret plan to break up the Inner Circle, and they were like, oh, we're smarter than you, we figured this out. And then MJF was like, I have an ace up my sleeve. It's called the Pinnacle, which is basically his own Inner Circle that he created with a bunch of other heels on the roster that he recruited. So MJF is the leader of this new Inner Circle called the Pinnacle. The members include his best friend, I know, another best friend, not related to the other best friends. His best friend slash bodyguard, Wardlow. Wardlow is a big fucking meat man of a man who wears fancy suits and is really hot. I want to climb him like a tree. Now. Now.
How tall is he?
Oh God, he's pretty fucking tall. He's like 6'7". He's ginormous. So this is Wardlow. We call him War Dog sometimes. We love Wardlow here. This is Wardlow. He is member number 2 of the Pinnacle. Also, I have no idea if I spelled Pinnacle correctly. Member number 3 of the Pinnacle is everyone's favorite chairman, Sean Spears. You might know Sean Spears, except you fucking won't, because you don't know anything. So many asshole characters in AEW, only like 7 true baby faces. And you know what? Those 7 true baby faces carry everything. It's amazing. Wardlow is 6'3". I guess everyone else in AEW is just really fucking short. Speaking of short people, we will get to Marco Stunt. Don't worry. We will get to Marco Stunt. This is Sean Spears. He is the chairman. Pretend that this is a chair that he is holding. This is Sean Spears. Sean Spears.
I am holding a chair.
Very good. Sean Spears, he has a manager by the name of Tully Blanchard. Tully Blanchard is like a 63-year-old man. He's really fucking old. And he hangs out and he gives cool promos. He used to be a part of the Brainbusters in back in the day in WWF with Arn Anderson. By the way, Arn Anderson is Cody Rhodes' coach. That is important. Not to this current conversation,
that
but
sounds like one of those guys that went to space.
He could have possibly. We don't know. Arn Anderson could have gone to space. We aren't sure. But this is Tully Blanchard. Right here. Little itty bitty guy here at the bottom. Tully Blanchard. Tully Blanchard is not only the helper guy of Sean Spears, he is also the valet and mouthpiece for the tag team we talked about earlier. Look, coming full circle, FTR. Did you forget about FTR? Here is FTR.
I have that written down.
FTR are also a part of the Pinnacle. There is Dax Harwood, who is bald. Shit, I didn't draw him as bald. What the fuck am I doing? There's Dax Harwood, who is bald, and there is Cash Wheeler, who has a big ass. Yes, that is important. So there are Dax and Cash. This is them down here. Dax and Cash used to be AEW Tag Team Champions until they lost the championships to the Young Bucks, who are the current Tag Team Champions and are in some turmoil with Kenny Omega. We will get back to them. I am going so slow. We're almost at an hour and we're only on the 3rd segment out of like 15. This might be a while.
How many segments have we hit?
We've done 3. There's probably like 15.
I'm almost at a paper.
There's a lot of information.
I've already written 6 pages.
So at the end of last week's episode, MJF uses his new team, the Pinnacle, to take out the Inner Circle.
He uses his nudes? What?
He uses his new friends, the Pinnacle go and beat up Inner Circle last week, and this week they had a segment in the ring talking about, oh, we're fucking better than the Inner Circle, we're cool, I'm MJF, and I hated all of these people the whole time I was here, I'm Tully Blanchard,
we are the Pinnacle
of wrestling.
Related to MJF?
Who is related to MJF?
Is MJF, are they related to FTR?
Yes, MJF and FTR are in the same faction called the Pinnacle. So all these guys on this side of the board, on the Pinnacle side of the board, these guys are all friends. All of the guys on the Inner Circle side of the board are friends. If they are not on the same side of the board, they hate each other. Got that? Here we go. We're gonna get a closer look. Oh, we're gonna get a closer look. There you go. Okay. So now that you have that information, I just got dry erase marker all over my fucking lamp right here. That's not a lamp. What is this? I don't know what this is. I got it all over there. Okay. Now that you have, I'm still very lost. Marbles, do you have any questions? What % is the final worth? What do you mean? What about percents? I don't. Oh, you mean for the test? 80% of your grade.
Okay, y'all, I will be posting my notes on Twitter. Follow me at Yaman4 Studios. You can borrow my notes.
You can borrow my
I'm
notes.
sure they will be a great help.
Okay, with that information in mind, we can now talk about MJF and the Suit Boys. Tully comes out, starts talking about all the things that they did last week. They make a Judas joke. Max is a rat. We love him. They're called the Pinnacle. Tony Schiavone calls Max a son of a butt. Very fantastic. I liked that a lot. For some reason, Max also called Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler Cash Money and Dax the Axe. And I had to write that down because I thought it was fucking stupid. Basically, they built a group of boys that were better than the Inner Circle, and they're going to be the leading heel faction in AEW, although I'm pretty sure that Team Taz would have something to say about that. Don't forget about Team Taz. That is very important. We'll talk about Team Taz later. That is another... Oh my god.
Team Taz? Team Taz?
Write down Team Taz. I'm going to have to explain the Team Taz, Darby Allin, and Sting shit later. Oh my god, I have so many things to explain to you. So, we're to the second match of the show, which is Jurassic Express and Bear Country fight Matt Hardy and his gaggle of tag teams he bought. He bought them for money, basically. He bought them in their contracts. It's a whole thing. Oh my god, am I going to have to fucking erase the board and draw more people? No, I'm just going to explain. With my words. So, Jurassic Express is comprised of 3 members. Okay? The 3 members of Jurassic?
There's dinosaurs now?
Yes, canonically there is a dinosaur. And he is an actual dinosaur who also wrestles Lucha Libre style. Please stay with me. We love Jurassic Express in this house. Okay. So.
I'm starting to think that everything on this planet was a lie and it was all just a front for wrestling.
It really could be, honestly. So, Jurassic Express is comprised of 3 members. Luchasaurus, who is very big, and he is the dinosaur that we speak of. There is Jungle Boy Jack Perry, who is basically Tarzan, and he is the saving grace of AEW. He is the workhorse, even though Christian says, okay, we'll get to him. Remember Christian. Even though Christian Luchasaurus was also on Big Brother once. That is also important information. Holy shit. Okay. Jungle Boy is this little jungle twink man who is very good at wrestling. And then from Jungle Boy, we go to the last member of Jurassic Express, which is Marco Stunt. And now Marco Stunt is like 5'3" or something. He's very, very small, but he is a very good wrestler, and we love him. He is fun size. So basically, it is Luchasaurus and his 2 sons. So this dinosaur man has adopted these tiny people. Jungle Boy Jack Perry is also the son of Luke Perry. Luke Perry used to be a wrestler. Luke Perry is also not with us anymore.
Luke Perry, the country singer?
No, different Luke Perry. Also, apparently, Marco Stunt is 4'10", so I didn't realize he was that short, but he is very sweet. We love him.
Luke Perry was an actor. Wait, so that means Hollywood's in on it too. Hollywood's in on it too!
I guess Hollywood is, technically, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is an actor. So is Batista and John Cena. But they are not a part of this company. Don't think about them right now. Luke Bryan, the country singer? I think there's also a Luke Perry. I think there's multiple Lukes in the country album, but I do know Luke Bryan. Not the same as Luke Perry, the wrestler, though. Not with us. Rest in peace. And then, so Jurassic Express, we're teamed up with 2 more people of Bear Country. Bear Country are a new addition to the AEW roster and tag team division comprised of Bronson and the other guy I don't know the name of because they haven't been around long enough. But I have seen several of their AEW Dark matches, and they are very good. So Bear Country teams up with Jurassic Express to fight Matt Hardy and his gaggle of tag teams that he bought. Luke Perry was never a wrestler, Liz. I thought he was a wrestler. My apologies. I just assumed he was a wrestler. Boulder? Is it Bronson and Boulder? Maybe. I don't know. I just know Bronson because they said it on commentary. Anyways, I hope you have a fresh piece of paper because Matt Hardy and his gaggle of tag teams he bought is very important. My dad and I have decided to christen them Hardy Party, and the B-Boys. Now, Matt Hardy is the same Matt Hardy that you think he is. He is brothers with Jeff Hardy, who is in WWE. Jeff Hardy does not matter to this at all. But right now, Matt Hardy is a heel, and he's actually such an annoying and obnoxious heel that he gives me go-away heat and makes me not want to watch the show whenever he is around. Yes, Hardy Party and the B-Boys. Matt Hardy is doing this thing where he's all big money Matt, where he like buys people out of their contracts and like does a bunch of snaky things. And all I wrote was IDK Matt was talking about money, so I'm just gonna say eat the rich. Fucking eat the rich. Now, Matt Hardy originally bought out Private Party. Private Party is a tag team comprised of Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. Mark spelled M-A-R-Q. That is very important. M-A-R-Q. Mark Quinn. We love Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy in this house. However, when Matt Hardy got his hands on Private Party, who are a great tag team, he turned them heel. And now they're evil, and they're oh my god, is that Private Party? Shots. Yeah, that's like their thing. This ain't water. You get the idea.
Do I need to do shots now?
No, but you could if you wanted to. Here. Everyone do a shot at home. If my best friend thought he is smarter than me.
You can't prove that Pepsi's not alcohol.
There you go, okay. Man, what if I got drunk one day and tried to explain wrestling to you?
You're not drunk? You're sober?
Stone cold.
I feel like I'm not sober anymore, and I've never drank before.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 more segments after this. I hope you know that.
All right, we got a speed run.
All right, speed run. Speed run.
Turn your sensitivity down just a little bit more. Speed run. Also, can I just say the classical music is just freaking adding to this. Next stream, you're doing classical music, and that is in order.
Speed run.
You have no idea how much it's adding.
I'm very lost. I'm so sorry. I wish I knew how to explain this better. But
no, it's okay. Listen.
I haven't even gotten to the rest of Private Party yet.
I got the receipts. Okay? See? I've got the receipts.
This is not okay. I don't know what that said. I didn't read it all. Okay.
Hopefully chat saw it.
So the other half of Matt Hardy, Hardy Party and the B-Boys. The other half of the B-Boys stands for the Butcher and the Blade, which is a tag team comprised of the Butcher and the Blade. And then the Blade has a wife named the Bunny. That's all you need to know about them. But they were recently bought out by Matt Hardy, and they are now a part of Hardy Party and the B-Boys. And they wrestled Jurassic Express and Bear Country. Tarzan Boy played, and that is a great song. Thank you. Most of this match, part of this match was in picture-in-picture, and whenever a Jurassic Express match is going on during picture-in-picture, by the way, picture-in-picture means like there's an ad playing on the main part of the screen, and then a small part of the screen is still showing you the wrestling match. That's what that means. Picture-in-picture, fresh and fine quality, picture-in-picture. Yes, thank you. Thank you, K-Paul. Whenever we go into picture-in-picture, that is just an excuse for the heels to work over Jungle Boy for 120 seconds. That is literally all that is for. We just beat up Jungle Boy most of the time. And if we're not beating up Jungle Boy, then we are probably beating up Marco Stunt because they are small and skinny and hot.
Because who cares about Tarzan? I mean, he's dead anyway, right?
No, the other guy dies in Tarzan. Restaurant quality, picture in picture. Anyways, Jungle Boy and Marco get worked over the most in this match, and if it's not Jungle Boy and Marco, it's probably like Isaiah Cassidy, which is kind of sad. But there's a lot of like cool things that happen. I think Jungle Boy does a shotgun drop kick to Marco's back while Marco is like hugged on.
Did you explain that one for me? A shotgun drop kick? Does that involve actual shotguns?
No, oh fuck. Okay, we're gonna use Shawn Michaels and Finn Balor again. I'm not getting the death of Tarzan. There's a death in Tarzan. That one guy gets hanged when he falls out of the thing.
Also, the gorilla dies.
Oh, that.
And so does the kid.
Lots of people die.
And so does his parents.
Who's Marco?
And so does the Jaguar.
Bolo? Oh my gosh, you can do a sweet chin music. I didn't notice that. He can sweet chin music. He's revving up the band. Spoilers! I've never.
Frick you, K-Paul. Like, someone ban him.
No, don't ban K-Paul. K-Paul's my friend. Okay, I will show you. So a shotgun drop kick is essentially when someone is on like either the they can be anywhere in the ring. However, this one has.
Do we need a ring for this?
No, I'm not picking it up.
If I don't do the ring. But I feel like I want to understand and get the full experience if I don't do the ring.
Let me get the ring.
I just want to understand, Liz. I'm taking notes.
The ring is here. Okay. So the way that this worked is there was a person in the ring, right? I don't remember who it was. I think it was the butcher holding.
Would they normally be laying down?
No.
Okay.
So someone is on the top turnbuckle.
Why is he laying down?
I'm gonna pick him up in just a second. I only have so many hands. So there's a guy standing
Why don't
up here.
you have more than 2 hands?
Shut the fuck up. So there's a person standing here, right? A shotgun drop kick is when the person who is doing the kicking, which will be in this demonstration Finn Balor, it would be in real life, this would be Jungle Boy. He would jump off the top rope and basically go horizontal and just go like this. That is what he would do.
So it's when they jump on top of them.
Kind of, except it's like
why
a
not
shot,
just say that?
Because it's not the same. Jumping on top of them is different.
Okay, they jump on top of them from the ropes. That's like so much easier to understand.
Jump, becomes vertical, shoots like a missile, hits them. Not to be confused with
he jumps on top of them from the ropes.
Okay, anyways. He jumps on him. That happens. It was pretty cool because they were holding Marco, so he hits Marco in the back, which knocks over the bad guy that is holding Marco, and they all tumble to the ground. Some other cool stuff happens. I have to get my notes back out. Matt Hardy tries to pull out all the stops. He pulls out a side effect on Jungle Boy, which is one of Matt Hardy's signature moves. And if I could explain to you the side effect, I would, but I don't know how. So you're just going to have to work with me on this. Jungle Boy kicks out of the side effect. Bunny beats the shit out of Jungle Boy. Not technically legal, but the ref didn't see it. Matt Hardy pulling out all the stops on the organ. So Luchasaurus is like throwing people around after we come back from picture in picture after they fucking beat the shit out of Jungle Boy like normal. Luchasaurus is throwing people all over the ring. He's like kicking people and like tail whipping people and throwing people. Basically, Isaiah Cassidy gets like destroyed by Luchasaurus.
Who's that?
What do you mean, who's that?
Who's Isaiah Cassidy? Who's Isaiah Cassidy?
Isaiah Cassidy is one half of Private Party. His tag team partner is Mark Quinn. They were the first people bought out by Matt Hardy.
Those names sound like they should be familiar.
They are. We talked about them earlier.
Okay. Probably in my notes.
Probably in your notes somewhere. Now.
It's probably.
So he plants Isaiah before Butcher breaks up the pin. Marco comes flying in. Bronson from Bear Country tags in, and everything breaks down again, where everyone, like in the tag team match, all come into the ring together and start beating each other up, which is technically not like legal. You're not supposed to do that, but we do it anyways because we're wrestling and we don't listen to our own rules when we feel like it. That is very important. Write that down. We are wrestling and we don't listen to our rules when we feel like it.
The rules are meant to be broken.
Yes, precisely. This match comes to a close when when they, who did they hit it on? It was probably fucking Marco. They probably hit it on Marco's stunt because he's small. They hit Private Party, do their finishing move called Gin and Juice. One of their two finishing moves, not to be confused with Silly String, different finishing move. It was Marco. I figured it was Marco. He always takes the pin. Poor baby. Private Party hit Marco with the Gin and Juice, and then Matt's like, I want all the glory. So he tags himself in, which is a gorgeous, it's a very cool tag team move. If I could show you what the Gin and Juice looks like, it would be very cool. Matt Hardy tags himself in, so he doesn't let either of Private Party get the visual pinfall. He steals it. I think that's after he does a Twist of Fate. And if I could explain the Twist of Fate to you, which is Matt Hardy's finishing move, I would, but I can't. That is the end of the match. They pin Marco. Fucking Jurassic Express and Bear Country lose, and Hardy Party and the B-Boys win. Moving on.
Dinos on train.
Dinosaur train. After that, we get a little segment of Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley. Do you remember John? We talked about Jon Moxley earlier briefly. Do you remember him? He's in your notes somewhere.
Uh-oh. Carry on.
Oh yeah, Jurassic Express and Bear Country yell at each other because they're both convinced that the other team was the reason that they lost. Oh shit, I just realized I was cutting out for part of that. Bear Country and Jurassic Express yell at each other because they're both convinced that the other team is the reason why that they lost. But in reality...
Well, that is kind of how that works. You know, if you're fighting another team and they beat you...
They were on the same team.
They are the reason.
They were on the same team. The people on the same team were convinced that they were hurting each other.
What if they're not? You know, what if... Like, I mean, there is an inner circle. What if they thought they were on the same team, but in reality, they weren't on the same team?
Well, it's because they're not on the same team. They're actually rivals.
You said there was a cult, right? What if the cult
We're not to the cult yet. The cult is a completely different faction.
I don't know what's going on.
I swear to God, we will get to the cult in due time. The cult is one of the most over things in the company and is sweet and amazing. Alex Reynolds, I am single.
Wait,
so I think you're married. What?
We like the cult?
We love the cult. The cult is amazing. There's actually a guy
in the cult. Am I joining the cult?
Yes, you are. Join Dark Order. There's actually a guy in the cult named Colt. Colt Cabana. We'll get to him later. Except not really, because he's not important. Sorry, Colt. Check out twitch.tv/Colt Cabana. Just kidding. Oops. TBH, this episode had like all of the storylines present. It did. That's why this episode is taking so long to get through, because every single major storyline was fucking talked about. And oh my God. Alex is married, but you and I share him with his wife. Don't worry. That feels like something I would see on like the deepest, most parts of Wrestle Twitter. Good God. That's see, it's funny to me, but also I love Alex Reynolds. He's a very sweet boy. Anyways, we're not talking about them right now. Right now we're talking about Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Now, oh my God. We're bringing this big bitch back out again because we have some information to talk about Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley. By the way, they tried to kill each other. Keep up. Not once, but twice. But that is very important. It strengthened their bond and their... You'll see. Okay. We're doing this one in green.
Murder equals friendship.
By the way, murder happens a lot around Jon Moxley. Please remember this. He murders everybody that he meets, including Kenny. I swear we will get to that we will get to that barbed wire death match eventually, and the big fucking loser ass explosion that happened during it. Oh my God, I'm erasing as fast as I can. Now, so Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley talk about the exploding barbed wire death match and how Jon is still beat up from that match because he literally fucking exploded and went into real ass barbed wire and cut his face open and cut his back open, lacerations everywhere. And then his best friend like sacrificed him. By the way, we have another set of best friends. Please don't get them confused with the other 4 sets of best friends that we have. Not to be confused with the actual...
Yes, I definitely recorded the other 4 best friends.
Not to be confused with the actual tag team best friends.
I would never confuse them with the actual tag team that are also best friends. Could not ever do that, of course.
Oh, this is so great. I'm so happy. Got an explosion in the face. He sure did. Okay. So, Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley have a feud going back to last year's pay-per-view Full Gear, which is very important. Now, Jon and
Very
Eddie...
important.
very important. Jon and Eddie have a very long history together. The real best friends are Kenny and Knack. Should I explain Michael Nakazawa? Michael Nakazawa is also Kenny's best friend.
Yeah, go ahead and explain Mike Wazowski.
No, I have to talk about Eddie. I have to talk about Eddie. Okay, so Eddie and Jon, right? They've known each other for like over 10 years now. They used to be on the indies together. Indies, important, means independent wrestling, which is where you are not assigned, where like you do not work for...
indie means. What do you take me for? Some kind of squid.
Well, I'm sorry.
Some kind of square.
Listen, I'm sorry. Ooh, Captain decided to be cool and host my stream with 1 viewer. What's up, Captain? I'm glad that you're here. We're getting ready to talk about the long and arduous history of Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley. Stop putting that fucking filter on your face. I'm talking about the guys who nearly kissed in the ring.
What are you talking about? I finally turned my filter off.
Yamin 4 Studios, I'm gonna beat your ass. Okay. So Mox talks about how much he is hurt in this segment. Eddie and Jon make fun of the Good Brothers, which are Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. No, shit, he's not Luke Gallows anymore. What the fuck's his name? Doc Gallows. Those are the Good Brothers. We don't care about them. We don't talk about the Good Brothers. They're stinky. We don't like them. Thank you. Yeah, it's Doc. Thank you, Captain. Essentially, later in the night, which means we will be coming back to Eddie and Jon. Yeah, we will be coming back to Eddie and Jon and the Good Brothers because they have a tag team match later in the night. And by later in the night, in like just a little bit, I will explain. They are very stinky. Go on now? No,
we gotta catch them. They smell.
They smell. They smell really bad. They're ugly and gross. Mox and Eddie just kind of like banter for a few minutes, and they make fun of the Good Brothers in every way conceivable, including their accents and just the way that they are, and how Doc Gallows only speaks in fucking dick jokes, and Carl Anderson just fetishizes his Asian wife and is proud that he does so. I think he also cheated on his wife at one point. That is technically not important.
Anyone who has an Asian wife?
That's not funny. You shouldn't fetishize any sort of people, but especially with what's going on right now, I wish I had the words to like explain this correctly, but like you get the idea. Okay. Yeah, yikes. That's just kind of that segment where they talk. Now, I was going to draw out a bunch of stuff to explain Eddie and Jon's not good timing. My apologies. Also, if there's any way that you can support,
I feel like I'm missing something.
Don't worry about it. Okay.
All right, not worried about it.
Well, you absolutely should worry about it, and you should educate yourself, like next time you get on the internet or get on Twitter. This is a wrestling podcast, and I will not be explaining what's currently going on in the world in the Asian community and like the disgusting racism that they are facing currently. All racism is disgusting, by the way. There you go. Anyways, Christian Cage is here. Do you remember him? We talked about him earlier. Please tell me you remember him. I'm begging you to turn that filter off, please.
I wanted it on just for a little bit.
Well, it's been a little bit. Thank you. Now then. Ugh, there's shit all over my whiteboard. Christian Cage is a wrestler who debuted in the 1990s in the WWF as simply Christian. He was a part of the Brood, where he was a spooky vampire. Also, his brother was Edge. Edge is not actually his biological brother. They are just best friends and they went to college. Yes, there's another set of best friends, but don't worry about that right now because Edge does not work for this company. Edge is very cool, though. We love Edge. Anyways, Christian recently signed with AEW, and he's like this really famous wrestler who is super good. He's always been like a workhorse and overshadowed by his more successful friend in Edge. And, yeah, he basically just talks to one of the backstage interviewers. Her name is Dasha. He basically talks to Dasha about how he is happy to be working for AEW because he gets to show the world that he is the workhorse of the wrestling community and that he wants to fist fight Kenny. Outwork everyone. Yes. Christian Cage is pretty cool. I like him a lot. I made a tweet on Twitter saying that he is a certified daddy. He is one of the only humans on this planet that I will call that. But you know what? The man's a DILF, and you can't deny facts. Christian Cage is a DILF. There you go. Okay. That's kind of all that happens in that segment is Christian is like, I'm the best worker in all of wrestling. I want to fight Kenny Omega. If you remember correctly, Kenny Omega is the bitch who is the world champion, who doesn't know how to dress and everyone thinks is hot and sexy. And while he is pretty good looking, I mean, I prefer his cowboy ex-best friend. But that's not what we're talking about right now. By this point, we have gotten to the tag team match between Mox and Eddie and the Good Brothers. I'm just going to kind of go through this quickly because there's other stuff we need to get to. I have to explain the entire Team Taz thing to you, so we'll get to that. But basically, the Good Brothers attack Eddie during his entrance. Mox comes and saves him. They basically get the shit beaten out of each other by the Good Brothers for almost the whole match. Not getting in too much offense until like around the end. Mox takes a magic killer to the outside. They shit on Eddie's parade for like 3 minutes. In my notes, I literally wrote, I love Moxley and Eddie, but I left the room during this match to get dinner, and that just shows how much I don't like the Good Brothers. I came back to picture-in-picture, and they're still fucking up Eddie. Jesus Christ. So, I didn't watch all of this match, but it's not like I missed much. There's a hot tag to Moxley at some point. Moxley kind of breaks up some shit, says he's going to take Carl to hell. Doc breaks up a pin. There's some more kickouts and stuff and like more beating up. I think there was another magic killer at one point, which is the Good Brothers tag team finishing move. Basically, it's two people holding someone else up in like a bridge and then fucking throwing them on the floor. It's kind of cool, actually. And the name is, I like the name. Magic Killer is a cool name.
So
John
magic
Moxley
exists too.
Yes, No, you think I'm joking, but magic actually does exist in wrestling. We will get to that later with how Sting makes it.
I mean, of course it does.
No, we will get to it later when I talk about how Sting makes it snow in Florida. We'll get there. Also, Matt Hardy can teleport. You think I'm joking? I am not. These are real things. Now then. Well, Matt Hardy used to be able to teleport, but that was back when he was the broken gimmick, which is different from Big Money Matt. Don't worry about that. The broken gimmick, like the broken universe would literally take me an entire stream. The broken gimmick would take me an entire stream just to explain to you. It would take an entire stream just to explain that to you. So don't worry about that. Don't think about that. John Moxley pins Carl by this point. He pins Carl, and then Carl gets pissed off that he was pinned for the 1, 2, 3 and loses the wrestling match. And then
I recognize that name, Undertaker. I've definitely heard that before.
Yes, the Undertaker is a wrestler.
Yeah.
There you go. The Undertaker and Kane are also magical in many ways,
I knew
but
that.
we will not be talking about them right now. Don't get me started. Captain is right. Don't get me started. Now then. So the Good Brothers beat up Mox and Eddie because they're mad that Mox won with an inside cradle. To be fair, I would be mad that someone beat me with an inside cradle too. But also, to be fair, I like watching Carl Anderson lose. He's a punk-ass bitch. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyways, Oh my god. Okay, now we have to pull out the things. I gotta talk about alliances. There's some alliance shit that we gotta talk about, right? So, there's going to be separate quadrants in this one. So, remember how we talked about Kenny Omega earlier, the AEW World Champion? Do you remember this?
Kenny is the guy that we talked. You mentioned his name a lot.
Yes, we talked. Kenny thinks that he is the main character of AEW because he is the world champion and everyone loves him the most, and he sells a lot of merch and stuff, and like he's like the best bout machine. He's had many amazing things with Okada and all these things. He's basically like famous or whatever. He thinks that he is the main character of AEW, but in reality that is Adam Page. Again, we will not be talking about Adam Page in this episode because he did not show up, which is absolutely fucked. But I'm sure we'll talk about Adam next week or at some other point. He did buy a lawnmower recently. That is important to the story, by the way. Hangman bought a lawnmower last week. Anyways, so Kenny and Don, you remember Don Callis? Guy who runs Impact, turned Kenny evil. I'm gonna go with that's a resounding no. So there's Don.
I'm taking notes.
I'm going to draw the Good Brothers really small down here in the corner of the Kenny section because I don't like them. But they're here. They're also both bald. I think that that's important. They're both bald. So we have Doc and Carl. Now, these four right here, Kenny, Don, Carl, and Doc, these four are all friends. They are a part of the new Bullet Club, not to be confused with the original Bullet Club that is still going on in New Japan and is currently and will always be better than the new Bullet Club. Tama Tonga will probably fight you on that. So we have the new Bullet Club. They like Too Sweet and shit. So this is the new Bullet Club on this side. Can we see that? I hope that we can see that. Next.
All pixels.
So the next two people that we're talking about that also come out during this segment are Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. Do you remember them? Do you remember the Jackson brothers?
Michael Jackson, love that guy.
Wrong.
I actually haven't listened to his music that much. I just he made music. Music didn't exist before him. Is music also just a front for wrestling?
Yes. So, okay, out. The Jackson 5. It's easy as do-re-mi. So in this corner, we have the Young Bucks, right? And I already explained to you that the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega used to be best friends. Like, they were inseparable trio. They started being the Elite together. They toured around the world together. They love each other, right? Well, they don't anymore. They fucking don't like each other anymore because Kenny's a bitch and Matt and Nick, like, they're faces, and then they randomly turned heel for a few weeks, and then they became faces again, and they've been faces ever since. Also, again, this is Matt, this is Nick, right? So these two are not friends anymore. And we learned that, like, it's solidified in this segment because Kenny is being a bitch to the Young Bucks because the Young Bucks come out and they help Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, who are getting beat up by the Good Brothers. There's his little auburn hair in that. And Eddie is bald, and he has a cool chain. This is Eddie Kingston, and this is Moxley, Jon Moxley. Kenny took his shirt off, ready to fight Matt Jackson. So, okay, this is Matt. So basically, these two, the Young Bucks, helped Moxley and Eddie from getting beaten up by the new Bullet Club. And then Kenny has a confrontation with the Young Bucks because the Young Bucks are mad that Kenny is acting this way. They're mad that they lost their best friend and they want their friend back. And then Kenny is like, fuck yo shit, bitch, I ain't even care. And he shoves Matt Jackson, which is the most criminal thing in the whole world. That man is gorgeous. How could you do that? So then Nick is like, nah, I'm out of here. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Come on, Matt, we're leaving. We saved these two, and now we're leaving because we don't like them anymore. And then Kenny's like, fine, leave. I didn't even want to see you anyways, whatever. And then at some point a chair is introduced. I don't remember. Oh shit, fuck, I forgot to talk about that. So after the match, Kenny comes out with a steel chair, and he puts the steel chair between Eddie Kingston's legs, and I think Carl Anderson jumps onto the chair and basically breaks his leg. And then
she should have just sat down properly.
Maybe a little bit, probably. And then they decide, okay, now that we've broken Eddie's knee and leg, we're going to take this same chair and we're going to put it around Jon Moxley's neck, and we're going to snap his neck and fucking kill him on live television. Or at least we're going to try again. Surprise, bitch. Jon Moxley cannot die, refuses to die. He's too petty for that shit. He lives out of spite. I aspire to be this man. Now, the Young Bucks come out to stop them from breaking Jon's neck. They were ready to kill him off and write him off of TV. The Young Bucks come out and help Jon and Eddie, and then at some point, Jon gets the chair that Kenny had left on his neck because Kenny was busy dealing with the Young Bucks. So Jon gets up and starts swinging this chair like a fucking madman, trying to knock out anyone. So all of the New Bullet Club end up on the outside of the ring. The Young Bucks are standing on the apron, which is like in front of the ring outside in this area. And then there's the ring, which Jon and Eddie are standing in, or they're laying in. And like Eddie is being very tender, or Jon is being very tender with Eddie. He's like petting his face and shit. It's very romantic. I can't believe that they invented romance. Not to be confused with the other people who invented romance in wrestling, Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. We will not be talking about them today. Actually, no, we will be talking about them today, but briefly. We'll get to them later. So do you get what I mean by this, right? Angry, helps, not friends. A-okay. Perfect. They did invent romance. Have you ever seen Summer Lovin'? They fucking invented romance. Okay. Just kidding. They are not together, they're just friends. Okay, you get the idea. Anyways, so that segment is now over. We have... Oh, Jesus Christ. The next segment is Tony Schiavone, who is one of the commentators. There are 3 commentators in AEW. There is Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Jim Ross. The only 2 that matter are Tony Schiavone and Excalibur. That's my personal opinion, but like Jim Ross is also there. Although technically my favorite commentator, I was going to say that my favorite commentator is Taz whenever he commentates on Dark, but I don't know. -1 is really good at it. Remember -1, he's important for later. Also remember Taz for right now because we're getting into that segment finally. We're talking about the Team Taz stuff. Do you have any questions? I forgot to ask, do you have any questions so far?
Questions?
Yeah, do you have any questions so far? Or is there anything you're confused about before we continue? Oh my god. Also, chat, this is your time to send in questions. If you have any questions and things that you need to be explained, please tell me. You spelled Cody Rhodes wrong. Cody is spelled with a C, not a K.
No, I spelled Cody right.
No, you didn't. Can you just go over the whole thing again? Well, it started with the birds and the bees. You think I'm joking? I might have missed something.
So you know the Roman Empire, right?
Can I go to the bathroom? Yes, you are excused. What about the Roman Empire? Wait, that's actually important to a completely different wrestling show. On Friday we will be talking about on Friday we will be talking about the Roman Empire because Roman Reigns is the head of the table and he like leads his like whole little.
All right, I think that just about answers every question that I could have.
Okay. Anyways, Next up, shit, I opened up my fucking Find My iPhone app instead of the notes. Okay. Next up, we have Tony Schiavone talking to Sting and Darby Allin. Now, let me explain who those people are. The Rock is at the head of the table. The Rock is really cool. I am Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and I will return the heart of Dwayne Dwayneson. Anyways, so Darby Allin is the current TNT champion. Write that down. That's very important. The real question, could Kenny go heel without aligning with the Good Brothers? Yes, he absolutely could do that. It's Allin, not Allen. Darby Allin. I'll just fucking say it in the Taz voice this whole time then. Darby Allin. Just for reference, it's Darby Allin. Okay. So Darby is the current TNT champion, which is like the intermediate title, kind of. It's not quite as prestigious as the world title, but it is still a very important title to have. There have been three people who have held the TNT title. The inaugural person, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes lost the title to a man named Mr. Brody Lee. Mr. Brody Lee, may he rest in peace. And then Brody lost the title back to Cody Rhodes. So not only was Cody Rhodes the inaugural TNT champion, he was also the first ever two-time TNT champion. Another very important fact about Cody Rhodes is that he co-owns the entire company of AEW. Also, I forgot to mention this earlier.
The root beer?
Wait, did I say AEW? I meant AEW.
Oh.
I meant
they're not root beer.
No, they're not root beer. They're not root beer company, my bad.
Well, I'm glad to hear that root beer is not wrestling.
Root beer is not connected to wrestling. Also,
right,
Cody Rhodes cannot be the AEW
that isn't
champion.
Connected to wrestling.
No, it's not. It's not. Also, by the way, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, are also executive vice presidents to the company of AEW. So they also partially like help own the company. And I know it's kind of weird that like part of the people who own the company are also like the tag team champions. Just pretend that that's not happening. Also, Kenny is like the head of like talent relations or something, and he is the current AEW champion. Don't look into it any. It's not that deep. Anyways. So also, oh shit, I forgot to explain who Sting is. Sting is from Omaha. That's all you need to know. Sting is from Omaha. That's all you need to know. I'm kidding. Sting is the icon. He is 61 years old, and he originally wrestled in WCW, which is the World Championship Wrestling company that no longer exists anymore because they were bought out by their competitors. And also in the late like 90s, early 2000s, their programming was really shit, so they got shut down. Are you tired? Are you confused? Do you want to leave? Do you hate this?
I am always all of those things. Carry on. I think, just a few more puzzle pieces, and then it's gonna click. Like
I'm really afraid that I'm really afraid that like you don't want to do this anymore, and that you actually
no. This
are tired of being
fine.
here.
This is fine. Like I said, again, I'm a little bit lower energy than normal, just because probably I think 27 hours without sleep now, so a little bit less energy than normal, a little bit out of it, but either the puzzle pieces are clicking and they're turning, or people are going to look at my notes and they're going to be like, well, he'll get it next time. But,
I can't wait to read
something's
these notes.
going on in there.
I can't wait to
Something's
read
going
notes.
on in there. I don't know what it is, but something's going on in here.
I hope you're excited that on Friday you get to basically throw out all of the knowledge that you learned today and learn an entirely new entirely new thing. Anyways, Sting wrestled in 1990. He was known as the Icon. Basically, he wears like face paint and he walks around with a bat and beats the shit out of people because he's a vigilante. He is very cool. Also, whenever Sting comes out, Tony Schiavone goes, "It's Sting!" He like screams because that's like a famous thing that he did back in the day, and he still does it now. I am sorry that Marbles and Ruby are confused. I am terrible at explaining things. I wish I could be better. Maybe one day, like a fucking year down the line, all of this will make sense once we do this enough. Or this will die off after like 2 episodes because I'll get too anxious to keep doing it because people will make fun of me. Anyways, in this essay, I will. Sting hangs out, right? He's got a bat. He's a vigilante. He takes care of people who he thinks are bad. He teamed up with Darby Allin.
He's like Batman?
He's kind of like Batman, except honestly, he's cooler than Batman. Also, whenever Sting makes his entrance, a bunch of snow falls. So he is magical. He can make it snow. He can also, I guess he can also teleport, but like not, he doesn't do it a lot. He just kind of appears after the lights go down. He's like, "I'm Sting." And they're like, "Oh, fuck, it's Sting." He is cooler than Batman. He can make it snow. He can make it snow. I've heard that if you...
He can snow.
Okay, Yemen, write this down. This is very important. If you go into a bathroom and look in the mirror while the lights are off and you chant Sting 3 times in a row, it will start snowing outside. That is a true fact. That is a true fact. My uncle who works at Nintendo told me it's true. How the fuck do we have 11 viewers? Who is watching this?
Hey.
Hi, everybody. We're so happy to see you. But that is true. Chant Sting and it will start snowing outside.
Okay, so if you piss in the mirror and chant Nintendo, it will snow the sky up. I got it.
It will not only snow, but like Bloody Mary, Sting will show up in the mirror and like
I got it.
I'm having such a good time. Oh my
I got it. I got it. Yeah.
Okay. So Tony Schiavone talks to Sting and Darby Allin at Sting
Darby Allin, is he related to Barry Allen?
No, because he is not the fastest man alive.
Okay. Is the Flash involved in wrestling?
No. I don't think so. But there are superheroes in wrestling, like actual ones, but we're not talking about Mighty Molly nor the Hurricane right now. Sorry. Oh, technically the Green Arrow is, like the guy who plays Green Arrow, Stephen Amell, he actually wrestles. I think he fought Christopher Daniels once at like All Out, like 2 years ago. I think that happened. Oh, anyways. Sting took an interest in Darby Allin because Darby wears the same face paint as him. Also, at one point, they made a joke that Darby Allin is just the turtle kid who goes, "I like tails." And he is. It's the same kid. That is a canonical fact. Thank you. Now.
That's like the I like train guy, right?
Yes, it's like the Asdab.
You also summon a turtle that kills people?
Perhaps. We haven't tried yet. We haven't tried yet. Sting surfs and Darby boards. This is true. Oh, Darby Allin is friends with Tony Hawk. Write that down.
Skateboarding is a front.
Darby Allin is Darby Allin is not only friends with Tony Hawk, but he's also friends with Steve-O. These are canonical things that happened in the show. This is important information. So basically almost every week running for like the last month and a half, we've had Tony be like, "I'm going to talk to Sting today so we can boost the ratings, so we can have Sting on our show," even though we say the same thing every single week. And then Team Taz comes out every single week and annoys us. And you think that it would stop after the the street fight that happened at Revolution, it fucking didn't. And I'm not happy about it, but we're going to talk about it anyways. So, maybe one day we will move past these two being together, and by these two, I mean Sting and Darby, father and son. They are not actually related, but they might as well be because they have the same face paint, and they both dress in all black. Do you have any questions so far?
Whose father and whose son?
Sting is like Darby's father, except not actually. But also, technically,
But I thought
guess
you said that they were a thing.
They're not a thing. Sting is like
They're not a
61
thing?
years old, and Darby is like 25.
Okay, so there's no...
They are a thing, as in, like, they are friends.
Friends? Like, friends or friends?
Sting is 61 years old. He is not...
Listen,
doing
I've been
the
on the internet long enough.
We do not ship them. That is gross.
I'm not shipping anyone. I'm just trying to make sure I understand, okay?
Look, they are not together. They are simply friends. Sting took Darby Allin under his wing because he liked this kid because he showed a lot of the same charisma.
People have wings.
I hate you so much. I fucking hate you.
I'm just trying to learn.
Sting is also married. This is true. Marbles, what are you talking
about? My best friend is Ghoster. I don't get it.
Who is a toaster?
No, I didn't mention toasters. Marble Jelly keeps saying my best friend is Ghoster. I don't know what it means.
What are you talking about? Do you drink Red Bull?
They do have wings?
No.
Wait, is Red Bull a front too? Gosh, freaking darn. That's why it tastes like paint, isn't it? Is paint a front too? What am I touching?
Oh no. We've gone so far off the rails, please. Okay.
Trades?
So Darby is like, he takes the mic, and honest to God, when Darby Allin started speaking, I honest to God thought, like, I felt like I'd never yes, trains. Planes and trains and cars. Darby talks about being like, hey, we're done with Team Taz. We beat them in the street fight. Like, basically, Brian Cage got sent to the Shadow Realm. He fell like fucking two stories. Technically.
You girls in this too?
What?
There's a Shadow Realm.
Yes, there is a Shadow Realm. That's where Sting comes from, is the Shadow Realm. Canonically, that's where he's built from. Similarly to how, like, Red Velvet is built from Your Mama's Kitchen. What?
Is that where the Inner Circle is from?
No, Inner Circle is from, like, fucking Philadelphia. I have no idea where they're... I don't know.
That isn't the Shadow Realm?
Maybe it is. I don't know. Have you ever been to Philadelphia?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay.
I'm too tired, so I'm just kind of stringing references together and hoping they make sense.
Anyways. Darby makes the announcement that he is like, I am done with Team Taz. I'm done with giving them shots at my TNT title. I want to give people who matter shots, and I'm going to do an open challenge. An open challenge specifically to a member of Dark Order. Remember earlier when I told you to remember the cult? There is a cult. It is... Oh, I'm laughing so hard, I'm fucking hurting my organs. Oh god, I'm gonna die. So Dark Order is here now, and Dark Order is comprised of, listen very closely. Dark Order is comprised of Evil Uno, Stu Dose, John Silver, also known as Number 3. Wait, no, I take that back. Alex Reynolds is Number 3. My bad. John Silver is Number 4. Number 5 is Alan Angels. We bully him all the time. He's also small. He's very sweet. He wears a mask. And then number 6, we don't have a number 6. Studos is also Stu Grayson. That is his other name. And then I don't think they have a number 7 either. Number 8 is Colt Cabana. Number 9 does not exist. Who is 10? Oh, 10 is Preston Vance. And then number 99 is Anna J. -1 is Brody Lee's son. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. That is the Dark Order. Now, originally, the Dark Order were a bunch of heels that everyone hated because they were obnoxious and no one liked them.
Heels?
As in bad, get your feet out of my fucking stream. Thank you. -1 is also 9 years old. He is a literal infant. He is a child. Anyways, Darby says he will give an opportunity at his TNT championship to one of the members of Dark Order. He doesn't care which one, but he will give an opportunity to one of them because the greatest TNT champion that we have ever had was a member of the Dark Order in Mr. Brody Lee. Good guy. And after that, Lance Archer. Lance Archer is a completely different character, not affiliated with any of the people that we have talked about before. He is completely separate to all of these storylines. Lance Archer.
That's like that. That's that guy from that CW show, right?
No. Oh. Lance Archer is the Murder Hawk monster. He believes that everything dies and that he is so big he could kill everything. And frankly, he could. He is flanked by his second, who is also his valet, in Jake the Snake Roberts. This is the same Jake the Snake Roberts from WWF in the 90s who would carry around a literal live snake that once, I believe, oh shit, I think he bit Randy Savage.
Wait, the snakes wrestle too?
Yes, actually, technically they do, because Randy Orton is a snake. He is the Viper, so yes, snakes wrestle. Snakes are also in on this. It's sleep time for me right now, but I enjoyed this thoroughly. Thank you, Wizard. Thank you for being here, Ruby. I'm glad that you got to be here. We're not done with the show yet, so Jesus. He had a cobra at some point, and apparently... we're actually getting close to the end. We have, oh my god. We have, after we finish talking about Darby and Sting, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things left. Except half of those things are really, really short, and we'll breeze through them, I promise. Or at least we'll try. Okay. So Lance Archer comes out, and he's like, how come you're giving a shot to, one of these fuckers from the cult? I want a shot instead, because I'm big and I'm scary, and I'll break you in half, you little emo Hot Topic child. And then Darby's like, okay, bitch, do it then. And then Jake the Snake Roberts comes out, says some stuff. I don't know what he said. I can barely understand that man. He's very, very old. And then, I actually wrote in my notes in all capitals, fucking Taz, because Team Taz showed up, and I was not happy that they were there. Taz is like, hey now, he's like, all right, we're not fucking doing this right now. Would you shut up? I'm not done with my chances. And then Brian Cage, oh my god, okay, I have to explain this. So Team Taz is comprised of 5 members, I believe. There is the mouthpiece / owner of Team Taz, Taz. Taz used to be a wrestler in ECW. He was like the suplex machine. He was very good at suplexes. And I believe he never held he held the Fuck the World Championship, which, by the way, I haven't seen the Fuck the World Championship, the FTW Championship, in forever now. I'm guessing that Brian Cage just doesn't carry it around anymore because it's not a championship that is recognized by the company, and it wasn't recognized in the company either back in WCW or back in ECW or WCW. I don't remember.
So Tim is a fraud.
Yes. He's very small. He is a small, pudgy man who will fucking break your ankles.
A very minor fraud.
The Fuck the World Championship was made as a symbol to be like, I am actually a champion in this company, but you will never crown me as champion as such. The Fuck the World Championship was low-key made for Taz, but they wouldn't admit it. It really was made for Taz, because, like, it's Taz. Anyways, so Taz built this little super group of nerds. The first one that he collected was Brian Cage, and this man looks like the Wolverine. I'm not kidding, he has the Wolverine facial hair, and this man is so jacked that, like, you know the blow-up arms from SpongeBob? He's got 2 of those motherfuckers, and he's got traps that you could beat like bongos. This man is very muscly, and he also looks like my brother-in-law Greg. It's very weird. Also, from earlier, he wore a Swolverine shirt. This is true. Also, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, that we talked about earlier, also looks like my brother-in-law Greg. Oh, it's stuck to the table. Moving on. The other members of Team Taz include Ricky Starks. He is a little pretty boy who is very good at wrestling, very good at talking, and very good at dressing himself, unlike Kenneth Omegatron. The other 2 members of Team Taz include Taz's son Hook. He doesn't really do much. He just kind of hangs out. And then Powerhouse Hobbs, also known as Will Hobbs. And Will Hobbs is actually one of the most perfect baby faces I've ever seen in my entire life, and for some reason they fucking turned him heel and they aligned him with Taz instead of keeping him a baby face with one of the most motivational backstories I've ever heard, and he started wrestling to honor his brother. He started wrestling to honor his late brother. But Will Hobbs hangs out with Team Taz and then doesn't get to wrestle very often because Brian is the one who always gets to wrestle. Anyways, I love Will Hobbs. Those 5 people comprise Team Taz. Team Taz, Sting, and Darby Allin. Hobbs has a good mean face, though. This is very true. Now, Team Taz and then Darby Allin and Sting have been fighting each other in multiple segments for like the last 4.5 months. And it feels like longer than that. It feels like it's been going on forever. And it's awful. And before Sting came along, Darby was still dicking around with Team Taz before that, so it could be even longer than 4.5 months. I don't know. Feels like it's been 10 years, to be honest. My jaw hurts like nobody's business. Do you have any questions so far?
Okay. So how many trains are compromised?
None. There are no trains compromised here.
Okay, I got that part wrong. Thank God. There's something to write on besides bikes.
I mean, Darby does skateboard.
Okay, so skateboards are compromised.
Yes, skateboards are compromised. Skateboards, trucks, and then Trent's mom Sue's van, also compromised. Why the fuck did you drink your liquid like that? I don't know what you're talking about.
Why does Trent's mom's soup have a van?
Trent's mom's
soup. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna question that. Let's move on.
We'll talk about Trent eventually. Actually, no, we won't because he's still out. He's still out with a fucking hurt titty. Anyways, my phone won't open. Fucking open. Thank you. Trent's mom's soup. Fun fact: Trent's mom Sue. Fucking what's their name? Sue Marshulio. She actually follows me on Twitter. That is my biggest flex of all time, is that Trent's mom Sue follows me on Twitter. So she sees all of the like horrible shit that I say about her son. Like all of the thirsting I do about her son. She sees it.
How the frick is Soup having a Twitter account? Like
she is godlike, that is why.
How does that like agree with TOS?
does this agree with TOS, what we're doing right now? Anyways, we're at the 2-hour mark and we're not done yet.
That's not my fault.
No, it's not. So Brian Cage takes the mic from Taz and he has something to say. He's like, Darby, I don't want to fucking talk to you. To be fair, neither do I.
Get
he
that
goes
out
up to
of here.
Sting. He goes up to Sting and he's like, Sting, in that street fight, you kicked my ass so fucking hard and you sent me to the Shadow Realm. And I respect it. I respect you, old man. You kicked my ass.
How do you get out of the Shadow Realm? In case I ever go to the Shadow Realm, I want to know how to get out. Okay, how do I learn black magic? Is that different from regular magic?
Yes, it is different.
Oh, great.
Anyways, and then so he compliments Sting for kicking his ass.
Hey,
and
Google.
Don't stop it. The rest of Team Taz is like, what the heck? You can't compliment the enemy. Why are you doing that? And then Brian gets all disgruntled and leaves.
Remind me tomorrow morning to learn black magic.
That is the end of that segment. We're going to pound through the rest of this shit because we've been talking about this. We haven't even gotten to the main event yet. Do you know how long we're going to talk about the main event for? Fucking forever, because it was amazing. Okay. Next up, we had a Scorpio Sky video package, and this one was really quick, really simple. It was just Scorpio Sky talking about how he lost his TNT title match against Darby Allin, and he was like, I hate that I keep getting put on the back burner and that I'm a stepping stone for other wrestlers when I've proved time and time again that I'm a really fucking good wrestler, so now I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get what I want. And you know what? He spoke straight facts the whole time. I love Scorpio Sky. He is amazing. Thank you. The next segment is Rey Fénix fights Angelico. I have some explaining to do. Okay, so Rey Fénix is a luchador who is in a tag team called the Lucha Bros with Penta El Cero Miedo. Remember him from the beginning of the show? What are you doing?
I'm listening. This helps me think.
Rey Fénix is in a tag team called the Lucha Bros with Rey Fénix. Last year, in February, early March 2020, before the pandemic hit, they acquired a third member of their group, to which they rechristened themselves as Death Triangle, or Triángulo de la Muerte. And the person that they adopted as their tiny Geordie bastard is Pac. Pac is very good. We love Pac. So meanwhile, while Penta is off dealing with Cody Rhodes, Rey Fénix and Pac are tagging right now to represent the Death Triangle. He is a funky little bastard, man. This is true. Like his nickname is the Bastard Pac. He is very small and full of rage. Now then, him and Rey Fénix have a tag title opportunity against the Young Bucks at some point in the future. We will probably get to that eventually, like in a different episode, but that is an important thing. They are the number one contenders for the tag team championships, Pac and Rey Fénix. Rey Fénix is fighting Angelico. Angelico, whatever. He is also a part of a tag team. This tag team is called TH2. TH2 stands for the Hybrid 2. Angelico's tag team partner is Jack Evans. Jack Evans was not around. Also, they fucking skipped the TH2 entrance, so none of us got to see Angelico vibing. It was disgusting, and I didn't like that they skipped his entrance. It was very depressing. Are you okay?
Yes.
You stopped taking notes.
No, okay. So I am... Well, first off, I have very limited paper left. I have used all of my sheets of paper.
How many?
So what I am doing, including front to back... I lost count.
He does wiggle, he does percolate, that is true. Or no, is that the
12.
right verb? Oh,
12.
wow. You've taken a lot
So
of notes, and we're not done yet.
I am cramming things onto this last page when I think I need to write it down. And
Okay.
so I am listening. You know.
I will give you the cliff notes.
I am a very, you know, I move around a lot. I'm a very twitchy person, you know. I look like I'm doing something. Pay no mind to me. Carry on.
Oh my god, I just realized that I had fucking figures out here, and I could have been like, this is Kenny. I had fucking figures out. I forgot that I got figures out.
It's kind of blurry for me, but he kind of looked like Sylvester Stallone.
He is not Sylvester Stallone. He is not. He is not. He is not. Basically, this match was pretty quick, even though both of them are actually, like, Rey Fenix is a very quick and high-flying wrestler, and then Angelico is kind of more of, like, he's also pretty quick and, like, moves around a lot, but he is a submission specialist. So they kind of, like, do their thing. They're flying all over the ring. Angelico works over Rey's back. The match goes into picture-in-picture, restaurant quality. We come back, and Angelico gets forehead spiked into the mat, which is cool. And then he kicks out of that, and Angelico does the Scorpion Death Roll, or I think it's just the Death Roll. Rope break, Casadora, there be flying. Rey sits out and fucking deletes Angelico from existence. Rey Fenix won that match. Oh my god, I have to explain this fucking feud with you now. I forgot that I have to explain this one. Next, we get to the Miro interview. Do I? I think okay. I need to get out the thing because this one's going to take a lot of explanation. Holy fucking shit! Here we go. I gotta talk about the Miro shit. Okay. So, in this interview, one of the people go up to Miro while he is working out, and they're like, "Hey, last week on Dynamite, Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy, very important to this story. We'll get to them in a second. They challenged you to a video game match. They challenged you to an arcade match. Do you accept that?"
What game? What game?
Death.
That's not.
We'll get to it in just a second. Okay.
Hold up.
What? What's wrong?
Death. Arcade game.
Well, it's an arcade match.
I know Death Race.
Okay.
Death Race. I don't know Death.
Okay. So, we have to fucking draw out factions and shit. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to explain this to you as I draw, and then I will show you a visual. Okay? So, they're like, "Hey Miro, are you and Kip going to accept this arcade match?" And Miro basically goes, "Fuck no. I'm done dealing with these two little morons. Charles had the opportunity to be my butler for the rest of his life, and he chose not to be my friend. Even though I explicitly made him be my friend and stop being friends with his friends. By the way, remember when I said earlier that there was a tag team named Best Friends? They are important now. We are going to talk about them now. The actual, like, named Best Friends, not Best Friends by nature, Best Friends for life. I would get the t-shirt, I would get the cigarette t-shirt out, the Cigarette Boys, but it's all the way over there. Anyways, so we have... So Miro is just kind of like, "No, I don't want to be a part of this match. It's kind of stupid. I've already beat them into the ground, all of them, multiple times. I don't need to do this." And then his best friend, who also, Miro was the best man at Kip Sabian's wedding. Kip Sabian's wedding with Penelope Ford, his real life wife, and they got real life married. And like there was actually a wedding segment in a show a few months ago. That is very important information actually, because that will be brought up in just a second. Miro and his best friend, why did I fucking draw Kip's head that big? Jesus. I'm gonna draw Kip's head as a square because I think Kip has a very square head. So Kip Sabian is this little British twink, right? I'm drawing Penelope. So, this is the first team that we will be dealing with, like the first set of people. We have Miro, fucking Miro.
Any particular reason why they're red?
It's pink. This is the last marker I had. There is Miro, Kip, and Penelope. By the way, Penelope is the secret leader of this group because she is better than all three of them. Thank you. Or all the other two of them. Anyways, we also don't see anything from Penelope this week, which was very upsetting. She's a very good wrestler. I love her. When are we going to get Penelope versus Sheeta too? Thank you. Anyways, Kip comes along, and Kip is like, hey, dude, how come you don't want to wrestle these guys? How come you don't want to wrestle Chuck and Orange? Because I want to wrestle Chuck and Orange because they fucking assaulted my girlfriend. Not actually. They did not actually do that. Although I think at one point, did Orange punch her? I don't know. No. I think she got pushed over or something. No, at the wedding, she got pushed into cake. Chuck pushed her into cake. I forgot about that. I'll explain that in just a little bit. I think my cat is here. Hello, stream cat.
Meow.
I'm sorry, I'm drawing. I have a lot of drawing to do. That's fucking them holding hands, sure. They are best friends, whatever, okay. So, here is my visual. There they are.
See.
So,
I see.
I shall explain. Now, oh shit. So, basically, the whole point of this segment is to explain that Kip and Miro accept the arcade match, which I will explain what an arcade match is as soon as I finish explaining this. Now, oh shit, I forgot to label who these bitches are. Fuck. This one's Chuck. This one's Trent. And this little one is Orange. Yes, his name is Orange like the fruit. Yes, he drinks orange juice a lot. Yes, the internet thinks he's the fucking sexiest man alive. Okay, moving on. Now then. So, these two, Kip and Miro, are, well, originally they were mad at these two, Chuck and Trent, because Trent accidentally speared Cash Wheeler through these guys' arcade machine, like an actual arcade machine that they had ringside. So these two got mad at these two because they broke their toy. And that is literally how this all started, because everyone's a fucking child. Thank you. Then I think the day before Christmas, Trent, holy shit, hold on. Trent goes out with an injury. He fucking hurt his big ass titties. He hurt them. He's not dead, but he's dead to me. He's dead to me. Oh, that just made me think of him, like, oh, is the other guy Rocky Romero? No, he's dead to me. Anyways, Trent is out with an injury right now, which means that Chuck and Orange are teaming together because they are also friends. Also, Chuck and Trent are the original best friends. They hold hands and hug a lot. This is their third friend, Orange. He's like their son, but like not actually their son, even though he's like older than both of them. Also, they go by the local bad boys when they're a trio, but they don't really wrestle as a trio ever because we never got that opportunity. Anyways, oh, my arm hurts. Why'd you say wow? Wow what? Ow, my cat's biting my foot. My cat's biting my foot. My cat's biting my foot.
Wow.
So, Right now, Chuck and Orange are reliving the glory days of when they used to be the Gentlemen's Club. They used to be a tag team back in, oh, the Trent is dead to you thing. Well, he's dead to all of us because he's not on screen anymore.
Wow.
It's okay. It's okay. I still love him. I like his dog Bo. Anyways, we are losing viewers at a staggering rate. I get why. Anyways, Chuck and Orange are basically tagging right now because they're friends and they also basically invented romance. Very important because Trent is gone. And these two want to fight. Oh shit. They want to fight these two. And they will in an arcade match. An arcade match is basically there's a wrestling ring. That is the wrestling ring, the square. Outside of the wrestling ring is going to be a bunch of arcade machines. Like it's going to round the sides with arcade machines. And basically the goal is to like fucking shove your opponent's head through every single arcade machine. That's it. Now then. Oh, my arms.
That's not how arcades work.
Oh, well, it is now.
Arcades are compromised.
Okay, so Kip and Miro kind of get into an argument about whether or not they want to do this match. Miro's very vehemently no, and Kip really wants to do it because he wants to get vengeance for them ruining it. He wants to get vengeance on Chuck and Orange for ruining his wedding. Also, at one point, Chuck was Miro's butler, and he would his name. They called him Charles, and he would wear a suit and he would walk around like with a little like apron thing on his arm, and he would basically get like bullied and mistreated for like a month and a half until his not boyfriend Orange Cassidy came and saved him. Yeah, it's a whole thing. But Walter is Chuck's dog. Not technically important to this story, but we do love Walter the dog. Probably more than we love Chuck. Sorry, Dustin. Oh, by the way, this isn't like necessarily like pertinent information, but a lot of times on TV, Chuck Taylor and Trent with a question mark at the end, they refer to themselves as like their real life names, which Chuck's is Dustin and Trent's is Greg, and they just call each other Dustin and Greg all the time because they just don't give a fuck, and they're like real life best friends because they bully each other all the time. Oh, I'm running out of steam and breath. Oh, it's 2 a.m., brother. We've been going way longer than I was supposed to go. Anyways, they have set up an arcade match. They've set up an arcade match between Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy and Miro and Kip Sabian for some point in the future. I don't know when this will happen. The next segment. Yes, we're still going, Rob. I'm aware how long I've been talking. I need to learn to be less verbose. But then again, this would go a lot shorter
Rob,
if I didn't...
I crossed out trains. Trains were wrong.
I mean, we don't have trains, but we do have a Trent. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the conspiracy of Matt. There are like 8 Matts in this company. I forgot to tell you about the conspiracy of Matt. But we won't get to that right now.
8 Matts.
Train?
Conspiracy.
There is a conspiracy of Matts who work for this company.
I don't know how to spell conspiracy, so however, there we go.
There are so many Matts.
Rob, everything is compromised.
Everything. Okay, so the next segment, the next 2 segments are really, really short. The next one is Dark Order, and they talk about who is going to accept Darby Allin's...
Wait, I thought we already talked about the Dark Order.
Well,
that's what this all is.
We're talking about them again. They come up again. Chris 2 is also a common name. There are multiple... Oh, there's also a Chris conspiracy.
Chris!
There's a Matt conspiracy. There's a Chris conspiracy. Oh, there's also multiple people with the last name Page, and there's also multiple people with the last name Cage. Please do not confuse them. Anyways, it's Dark Order time again, and they go and talk to Dark Order to see... Are you listening?
Yes.
Okay. We go and talk to Dark Order again really fast to see who is going to accept Darby Allin's opportunity at the TNT title. Now, originally, the 9-year-old, -1, is like, I want to fuck him up. And everyone's like, please don't try to do that. And then -1's like, I guess I won't. Oh, there's a lot of... Oh, there's 2 people with the last name Cassidy, but it's not spelt the same. There's also a lot of Taylors, but also as a last name. Those don't matter, though. Okay. John Silver, number 4. He is this, like, very short meat man. He's built like a reverse Funko Pop with a small head and giant body. He's very meaty. Big boy, we love him. He is the meat man, Johnny Hungy. And he's like, oh, how about we have John Silver do it? And John's like, all right, I'm the meat man. And then they start chanting meat, and that's the end of the segment. Next. He is what... John Silver is 1 inch taller than Marco Stunt. If you remember correctly, Marco Stunt is 4'10". That would make John Silver 4'11". The next segment, we are back to, remember the Pinnacle that we talked about an hour and a half ago? We're back to the Pinnacle.
There's somewhere in here, probably.
We're back to MJF and the Pinnacle. Now, I titled this segment Pinnacle Stealing Shit. That's all they did. They stole a locker room. That is the end of the segment. Moving on.
How does one steal a locker room?
They replaced the nameplate on the front door and were like, I made this.
Yes, of course.
They pulled a King of Red Lions and went, I made this.
Carry on.
Also, apparently, Daisy was mega wrong. Marco is 5'2". So I think I was right originally. Anyways, we're finally to the main event, and we're 2.5 hours into this podcast. We're at the very last segment.
Finally on the main event?
Yeah. And the main event, it was like, I think if I remember correctly, it was like 30 minutes long. So this is going to be really long. Also, I have to explain the entire feud that led up to this. Oh my God. It's main event time. Now, the main event, you're going to need oh no. Main event hype. Main event hype.
This one is right on it. Go ahead, start without me.
Okay, the main event of tonight's show, which is what this stream is named after, was a lights out unsanctioned match between Thunder Rosa and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. By the way, Britt Baker is a real life dentist. That is important. Like, that is literally pertinent to her character. She is a real life dentist. She goes to dental school. Like, that's her thing. Anyways, a lights out unsanctioned match means that it is a falls count anywhere, which means you can pin them anywhere in the arena. It is no disqualification, which means you can use weapons, you can cheat, you can do whatever you want. You can't be disqualified from the match. There will be no countouts, which means if you fall outside of the ring for more than 10 seconds, you will not be counted out and the match will not end. The match can only end by pinfall or submission. Pinfall is when you like plant someone's shoulders to the mat for 3 seconds. A submission is when you like latch on something and like the person has to tap out because it hurts too much. I mean, okay, well, technically people have died during wrestling matches, but like, well, no, I think Owen Hart just fell from the ceiling. Rest in peace, Owen Hart. I'm sorry, we're not going to talk about that right now. R.I.P. Owen Hart. I'm sorry. Anyways. Yeah, moving along. This was the first ever women's main event for a Dynamite show. Dynamite has been going for over a year now, and this is the first time that the final match on the card was a women's match. This is the first time. They had like 100 chances to get it right, and they only just now did it. Still amazing, though. The match was amazing. It's a match of the year contender candidate for me, and it is my current favorite match of 2021. Anyways, a lights out match means that the lights in the arena, like, dim. Yeah, it's the first ever lights out match on Dynamite. I believe there have been 3 lights out matches. There was the one with Kenny and John Moxley at Full Gear 2019. I think that there was a lights out match between Kenny Omega and Joey Janela at like a Fighter Fest or something, at like some sort of like thing like Bash at the Beach. I don't remember what it was. I think that was a lights out match as well, but I could be wrong. This is the first ever lights out match that's been on Dynamite, which is like free public TV. And a lights out match means that anything goes, and whatever the result is, whoever wins the match and whoever loses the match, it does not count to your overall record. It does not go in the record books. This is just a violent, evil fight where you try to kill your opponent, and it does not count to your win-loss record. Oh, I'm out of things to drink. Oh, no. Okay. So this match was absolutely amazing. I loved... Yeah, AEW is not responsible for anything that happens in this match. Like, the company is not responsible for personal injury or injury to others. This match was awesome. There's a tope suicida to stop Rosa from, like, hurting Reba. Oh, I have to explain the characters. Holy shit, I forgot I have to do that. Okay, Dr. Britt Baker is basically the face of the women's division. She is a real-life dentist. She's very sassy and, like, kind of a mean girl, but she does it in the most interesting and appealing way possible because she can back up her statements because she's improved so much in, like, the ring and stuff. She's absolutely hilarious, too. She is so funny. And she has, like, a sidekick named Rebel, who got rechristened Reba. And Rebel used to be like a legit makeup artist who hung out backstage, and then one day Britt Baker was like, mine now. And now, like, Reba is an irreplaceable character on the show. She's like Britt Baker's comedic relief, like her friend. Reba, better than Rebel. Reba, not Rebel, not Reba. And the other person in this feud is Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa is absolutely amazing. She's an amazing wrestler. She currently works for the NWA, which is the National Wrestling Alliance. I believe that that's what that stands for. She used to be the NWA Women's World Champion until she lost that to Serena Deeb a few months ago. Also, she's very cool. A few months ago, I think that this all started because Britt Baker was, like, being mean or whatever, and, like, they got into this really heated feud. Britt Baker, like, washed off Thunder Rosa's, like, makeup, like, she also has, like, face paint, except her face paint is on half of her face, and it's in the style of, like, a sugar skull, and it's, like, very indicative of, like, her heritage and her culture. It's very cool. Okay. We're busting through this. They had a first match. They had an original match. I don't remember if it was on TV or if it was on a TV per-view or if it was on a pay-per-view, but Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker have fought before, and that match was also very good. That was last year. This year is Rosa Baker 2, the sequel, the second match of theirs, and it was at Beach Break. All right, well then it was this year. Oh, by the way, Beach Break is where that wedding happened. The wedding I talked about like 15 minutes ago, that's where that happened. Also, a beach break was hit at Beach Break, and I will not explain what that means. I will not explain what that means. So the match starts. There's like a fuckload of chair assaulting. Like we're throwing steel chairs all over the place, and we're talking like those fold-out chairs. Lots of chair throwing happening. It spills out of the ring and into the crowd. Like it goes over the barricade and into the crowd where a bunch of standing wrestlers are to stand in as the crowd because, you know, panoramic that we're in. And they do some like beating up out there, and then they go, they trade some blows back like outside of the ring, like they went back, like they went out of the barricade and then they went back. We see Jade Cargill from earlier. She's like sitting in the stands, like smiling and watching these two like beat the ever living piss out of each other, and she is very amused. I was also very amused. I loved this match. It was amazing. They get out tables. Britt Baker does one of the nastiest fucking curb stomps I have ever seen in my life to Thunder Rosa on the stairs. It looked like she fucking broke her skull. It was amazing. And then later in the match, Britt Baker does an even better stomp to Rosa on a chair. She like stomped the brain out of her head. It was amazing. Also, thanks to that curb stomp, it legitimately busts open Thunder Rosa's head. So she's like legitimately bleeding down her face. Not as much as Britt Baker will be by the end of this match, but she is legitimately bleeding. Eat your heart out, Seth Rollins. Her curb stomp was better than yours. Sorry. We throw like 6 or 7 more chairs into the ring. Like there is now a pile of chairs in the ring. We go to picture in picture, and when we come back, Britt Baker superplexes, which means like, okay, we're gonna use stand-ins. We're gonna use stand-ins of Kenny Omega and Matt Jackson. A superplex is when you have someone in a suplex, except I don't know how to do this. You have someone in a superplex, and both of you kind of like go flying off of the top rope. Oh yes, very important to note, over the years it has become increasingly rare that women bleed during matches. So this was like a history-making match. I'm not kidding about that. Like this will affect women's wrestling for the rest of time. Oh, so good, so good, so good. I was like jittering after the match, like I was buzzing.
Uh-oh, no more brain. Yep, that's important.
Ow, okay. And that was unintentional, you are right. We superplex onto a pile of steel chairs. I think Rosa gets out a ladder, and Britt's like in the corner. Thunder Rosa gets out a ladder. She like puts the ladder on a thing, and she like shotgun drop kicks the ladder into Britt's face. And she does some knees in the corner. She does more knees in the corner with the ladder, and that makes Britt Baker's head bust open, and now she's bleeding. That will get far worse to the point where she is wearing a crimson mask by the end of the match. A crimson mask is when your entire face is covered in blood, like Carrie style. Like she's fucking bleeding all over her face. And it gets better when I explain the rest. Britt Baker does a flatline onto the ladder, and then we trade that off by getting up on the top rope at some point, and we do a Death Valley driver. Her eyes were full of blood. Like she had to wipe the blood out. Like Britt Baker had to wipe the blood out of her eyes because she was bleeding so much she couldn't see. The chair stomp happens by this point. My favorite part of the match is when Britt leaves Thunder Rosa's like dying body in the ring, and she gets out and she's like, "Rebel, I have a surprise." And she goes under the ring and she grabs a sack, and she brings the sack back into the ring, and she opens the sack and pours it on the floor, and it is about 1,000 industrial like tacks, like thumbtacks, like legitimate metal thumbtacks. Yeah.
No.
Yes. This is my favorite part. Britt throws the bag of tacks on the ground, and you would think that she's gonna pick up Thunder Rosa and throw her bodily into the tacks, right? Thunder Rosa reverses it, and Britt goes back first into a pile of tacks. Keep in mind, she is wearing like a traditional, basically like what a lot of women would usually wear. Like her full back, her whole back is exposed. There's nothing stopping her from going bareback into these tacks. She sits up She has a metal sheen across her back of tacks that are physically stuck into her. All of them sharpened to a point, and there's still a ton left on the mat. She's got tacks in her back, in her ass, on her neck, all over her. And somehow, when Thunder Rosa goes to pin Britt fucking kicks out. She kicks out of the tacks that are in her back. It's also important to note that as far as I can remember, women have never used thumbtacks in a major wrestling company in any match. It's not entirely common. You thought we were done. After that pinfall, Britt reverses the pinfall into her signature move, the lockjaw. Now, the lockjaw is a submission move that Britt specializes in. What it is she look at me. Cody, look at me. She takes her hand and fucking puts it in your mouth with her fingers and presses down on the bottom of your jaw and tries to... She does that. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. That's what Britt Baker does, yeah. So she puts Rosa into that move. Rosa doesn't end up tapping, and what she does, I think she reverses that again, and like Britt like goes through. Oh, I forgot. At some point, Rebel gets thrown off of the apron and through a table. Table number 1. There were 2 tables on the outside. Rebel goes through the first table thanks to Rosa like fucking punching her off of the apron and throwing her into a table. The second table is dropped when, I don't remember what move Thunder Rosa does, but she has Britt like upside down and like fucking shoves her head first into this wooden table, and the table like breaks into smithereens below them while Britt is profusely bleeding from her back and her head in such a way that like it's so memorable. It's so cool, and I wish I could show you pictures. Oof. And they
sounds violent.
It was very violent. It was amazing. I loved it. One of my favorite types of matches is death matches. I really love death matches. But as you remember, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match, so Thunder Rosa did not have to pin Britt in the ring to win, but after she throws Britt through a table and lands on top of her, I think, like, not only does Britt land on her head, but she also lands partially on her back that still has tacks in it, so those tacks get shoved even farther into her back. And Rosa pins Britt for the 1-2-3, and Rosa wins the Lights Out match to finish off the 317 edition of Dynamite. Now, I would say that throughout this whole episode, the main event is obviously and undoubtedly the best part of the whole show. That match, like, I think the last main event that I truly loved from an episode of Dynamite would probably be the parking lot brawl from like last September. And that's only because that was a similar caliber match in which the 2 teams tried to fucking kill each other. I love matches where they try to like legitimately murder each other. I think it's great. If you check in chat, K-Paul has linked an Instagram post with a picture of what Britt looks like. So go ahead and click on that. I want to see your reaction. That's legitimate. She got the shit kicked out of her. Both of them did. They were both bleeding by the end of this match.
Dang.
And like I said, this Lights Out match, this main event, is easily my favorite match of 2021 so far. It's so good. It's one of my favorite Dynamite main events of all time. It's right up there with a couple of like the really, really good ones. Like, it's probably number 2.
Fucking crazy.
It was crazy. And I heard somewhere, I think on a different podcast, that AEW actually uploaded the whole match to their YouTube channel, so you can watch it right now for free. So if you want to go and watch, like, we could watch this match like another day together if you want to. And you can see just how fucking bad this match was. It was amazing. It's easily top 5. Like, you could watch this if you wanted to. Also, when are you going to do the same thing with parking lot? I'm just saying.
What?
Don't worry about it. But that...
I genuinely didn't hear what you said.
You weren't meant to. But that is a not-so-brief recap. That is the recap of Dynamite. after everything that you've learned today, from the descriptions that I've given you, what was the most interesting part to learn about? The least interesting part? Do you have any questions? And did I scare you off with all of these storylines and things that you don't want to come back next week? Also, chat, you can participate as well. Oh, we're drawing on 3 hours. I'm so sorry
Sting
about this.
probably isn't as cool as Batman. That's hard to beat.
Sting is not as cool as Batman. That's pretty hard to beat. Okay, so Sting.
All right. Well, I will try and post my notes to my Twitter account.
Yo,
so
plug
that
yourself.
people
What's your Twitter?
notes to the I will post it in just a second, but you know, you guys are going to be doing this. Liz did say there was going to be a quiz. You know.
Oh fuck! I said there was going to be.
Today was 80% of our grade.
I forgot that there was going to be a quiz. Oh shit! I forgot I said there was going to be a quiz. Okay.
So I'll post these notes. Y'all can get on this. Oh man.
All right, Yaman. I'm going to ask you a couple of arbitrary questions, and I'm going to see if you can answer them, and then we will end the stream. Number one.
Okay.
Number one. Who are the AEW Tag Team Champions? Chat, don't help him. Who are the AEW Tag Team Champions?
AEW. I remember AEW. It's not ANW because that's root beer. Root beer is not wrestling.
Does Batman do a scorpion death drop? Maybe.
That's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. ANW.
What was your favorite part of the trip?
It's not wrestling. Sting.
This is very pertinent information, by the way.
Close to where AEW was. Is Sting AEW?
Sting is in AEW. I asked you who are the AEW tag team.
Darby Allin in AEW? He's also by that name.
So
also,
I will give you a hint. I will give you a hint. The AEW tag team champions, there are 2 of them. They are a tag team. We talked about them multiple times today.
One of them Pac?
No, but you're on the right track.
I have written around this thing.
You're on the right track. Pac and Rey Fenix are challenging for the AEW tag team titles.
They were challenging.
They are not the current tag team titles. Yes, Darby Allin is very funny to me.
The Romans are in on it too, but it's too early for that.
I feel like you only wrote down the things that do not matter. And you don't.
No, listen.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you another hint. The AEW Tag Team Champions are like the second segment that we talked. They were in the second segment that we talked about.
Was that Kenny and Hangman?
Close! You're so close! Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page used to be tag team champions until they lost those championships at Full Gear last year to FTR. And then FTR lost those titles to the current champions, who are...
It's got to be in here somewhere. I'm not used to, I was just word vomiting, there's so much information here. It's just overflowing in my mind, I just got to analyze the stuffs, right? I feel like I'm looking at Slender pages right now.
This is Slender, the 8 pages.
That's what this freaking looks like.
All right, well, you failed this one. The answer was Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks.
No, I wrote Young Bucks somewhere. It's on here somewhere.
I wrote Young Bucks somewhere. I wrote it somewhere.
It's got it. I remember writing that down.
Ooh, okay, no, I'm gonna save that to be the most, I'm gonna save that.
It's gotta, I just got to take some time and analyze my notes. It's like it's in the tank.
Well,
It just
I'm
needs
gonna
to
ask you
process.
your next question.
Oh, there's another question.
Well, I said there was gonna be multiple questions.
Oh, okay.
The second question is, who won the Penta El Cero Miedo versus Cody Rhodes match?
I remember those words.
You have two choices. Who won the match?
Hmm. It wasn't Tarzan, right?
He was in a different match.
Mm-hmm. 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 It's in here somewhere. Probably maybe. I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot. Can I get a hint?
Okay. The hint is the answer is either Penta El Cero Miedo or Cody Rhodes.
Oh, okay.
Those are your only fucking choices.
Okay. Well, remember correctly, we talked about Cody Rhodes at the beginning of this. And he was
Yes.
doing hot. And we talked about him at the end, and he wasn't doing so hot. And he turned out to be kind of a little fish. He was swimming around.
Kind of a little
So
bit.
I'm going to say not Cody.
So you think that Penta won the match?
Yes.
You would be wrong. Cody Rhodes won the match. He won after hitting, I think he hit a crossroads.
I just need more time to digest this,
Okay. I'm going to ask two more questions, and both of them are kind of bullshit.
Okay.
The next question, what is Private Party's finishing move called? I feel like this one's really hard, but honest to God, I know that the next one's going to be even harder for you.
Like the actual specific moves.
You didn't write down the move names?
I didn't write down too many of the specific moves. Some of the bigger and flashier ones I wrote down. I don't think I wrote down every move because there was a lot of moves.
Well, since this one is a finishing move, it is a very big and flashy move. So what is Private Party's finishing move called? Also, K-Paul, you were absolutely right. Aubrey definitely won that match. This is my fault for giving you fucking 13 pages worth of notes. Because I had so much to explain.
I don't know how to organize things, okay?
Maybe you should get a labeling system.
Then I'll get overwhelmed and I won't write anything down.
If it helps, the Private Party match was the Jurassic Express and Bear Country versus Matt Hardy and his gaggle of tag teams he bought match.
Okay.
That would be where your answer is.
Okay. That's there's an 8-Matt conspiracy. There
is a Matt conspiracy. You are correct. You did remember that.
There's some
Also, while he looks for the answer, chat, thank you all so much for joining us. This was genuinely so much fun, and I know that I've lost energy and I'm really tired. I really did not expect for this to go 3 hours, although I should have, considering I had to explain.
3 hours?
It's almost been 3 hours, yes.
Yes.
Considering, like, since this is the first episode, there's a lot to explain, and next week there will still be a lot to explain.
Don't worry, I'll still be an idiot.
Even if you want to come back next week, you totally can.
Well,
and
I'll
if we
be
do
here
this
Friday.
again yeah, we're gonna be here. Oh, I can do that. This Friday, I'm not sure at what time, probably around 10 p.m. PST, you said? I don't know what time that would be in my time zone. Although that seems really late.
I don't know if I have a finishing move, but I saw something called, I can't read this properly because my handwriting is trash when I'm writing fast, but I think it says own C thing. Matt Jackson, heart plus heart, Nick Jackson.
Hey, you finally found the answer to who are the AEW Tag Team Champions. That was the answer to the first question. Good job.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm in the wrong spot then.
I will tell you the answer. Private Party's finishing move is called Gin and Juice.
I did not write down gin and juice, but I swear I remembered writing down some of those other things.
Okay, so this question is a multi-answer question and is the most difficult question I will be asking you.
Okay.
What are the names of all of the members of Pinnacle? Who are the members of the Pinnacle?
So it was multiple choice.
Yeah, because there's multiple people.
That's not what multiple choice means.
It is now. Look in your notes to see who are the names of the people who are a part of Pinnacle while I do more announcements. Anyways, Recap is not only a wrestling review show podcast thing. Yeah, I said multiple answer. Thank you. This is not only for AEW Dynamite. We will also be doing this for WWE SmackDown, because I guess that's technically the superior. I mean, it is the superior show to Raw because it's an hour shorter and more interesting. Although recently SmackDown's been kind of garbage. Just saying. Although Daniel Bryan is Daniel Bryan, and Bianca Belair is amazing. We'll get to that on Friday though. We will get to that on Friday. Also, aside from my lovely co-host Cody, sometimes he will not be able to make it. So if I ever have to do one of these alone, I pray for you just having to deal with me not being able to do anything. But sometimes we will have other co-hosts aside from Cody who also have zero idea what is happening in wrestling. Maybe occasionally we'll have someone who does know what's going on. It just depends. But next Friday, so not this coming Friday, but the Friday after, we are going to have a different co-host in this spot. But for the next few episodes, I think it is going to be Cody. I was going to try doing this alone as a test, but I'm too afraid to do that. So the first ones are definitely going to have people in them. Unless they all get tired and everyone hates this and no one comes and watches anymore. But we're going to pray that that does not happen. And Christian AF, hey, what if I did a stream where I just explained wrestling memes? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That would take too long. Have you found the answer yet?
I found a lot of things. I don't think the answer is one of them.
Well, tell me what you think the answer is.
I think they
Who
relate
are the members
to
of
the
Pinnacle?
Jackson 5 and the Cowboys.
Cowboy. Well, there is a cowboy in AEW, but he has nothing to do with the Pinnacle at all. And again, the Jacksons are Matt and Nick Jackson, the answer to the first question. My favorite band, Jackson 5 and the Cowboys. Okay, you know what? I will give you a hint.
This relates to the uncle with the micro peni.
No, that's the new Bullet Club. Different heel faction.
But we don't like him.
We don't like him. Different heel faction. I will give you another hint. They are the people who are currently mad at the Inner Circle. Pinnacle are fighting Inner Circle, so...
Okay, so I did write a bunch of stuff for that.
Chat, how are we doing? I love you guys. Sticking around for this.
I remember writing stuff for that, but it was all scatterbrained. Inner circle, inner circle, inner circle, inner circle.
Bossy band man.
Kenny is the reason for the failure because leader.
Kenny Omega has nothing to do with this. Wrong one. Different faction. I know, there's a lot of factions. There's a lot of people to remember. Fozzy is one of the worst bands ever. I know, like, not worst bands ever, but, like, that's a terrible name. It's an awful name, K-Paul. Like, I don't know why they're named that. I wonder if I'm gonna get blocked by Chris Jericho for saying
Apple
that.
Boy. He was important, probably.
Apple Boy is a part of the Nightmare family. Different faction.
I don't know.
Come on.
I'll get there one day.
Inner Circle
I
is
found
on
more
one of
pieces of
those
paper. I
pages.
genuinely forgot I had these notes over here.
Oh, fuck. There's
I
more
found more
notes.
notes.
There's fucking more notes.
They're so funny.
I would pull up my board to help you, but that board, it's not helpful. It has a different thing drawn on it, so I cannot help you. The Pinnacle. What are the names of the people in Pinnacle?
One of them's probably Bob. I'm just gonna take a stab at it.
Nope.
Plenty of people are named Bob.
Okay, I'll give you another hint.
How about Steve?
I'm gonna give
Steve's
you
a common name.
Cody. I'm going to give you the name of one of the people, and that will help you find the names of the rest of the people. MJF. Maxwell Jacob Friedman. MJF is the leader of Pinnacle. What is the name of the other people in the group? We discussed it at length. I drew a picture.
We did. Did I ever mention I'm really bad at taking notes?
I feel like you did, because you wrote down shit like trains in capital letters. That's not
I thought it was important.
I never talked about trains once.
Oh, I see it. Inner Circle compromise. MJF is friends of the Inner Circle, but evil? There is a cult now, okay? I'm going to run out of paper.
You're getting warmer. You're getting warmer.
Liz has a higher risk of getting a restraining order if they meet the tall guy.
I never talked about a restraining order. What are you talking about?
No, I think that's just something I concluded. I remember you saying you were going to climb someone.
Oh, you're closer. You're so much closer. That is one of the members of the Pinnacle is someone I would like to climb like a tree. You're so close.
Sammy is going to become a baby face. But no, he's with Chris and pulled a no you. Good thing,
so
question mark?
You're so close. You're so close. Sammy Guevara is a part of the Inner Circle. Who is in Pinnacle? You were so
Always
close.
end with the glam gloss.
What was that one?
Oh, Shaquille O'Neal's a pro wrestler.
This has nothing to do with Shaquille O'Neal.
Basketball is a front and a line.
Did you seriously not write down the names?
They are mad, but they chillin'.
Who is mad chillin'?
Circle. I should probably 5 members. Sammy is a rat man.
Oh, you're so close.
He's a lie. Bad tan with a scarf. What the crap?
You're so close. You're so close. Who are the members in Pinnacle? What?
That's all that's on this piece of paper.
Check
that's all
the next one, please. You're so close.
No, this is the Inner Circle paper.
You didn't write down anything about Pinnacle?
I think I thought that this was I think I thought that I had given myself enough breadcrumbs. You see, I started like as we were like going deeper into the night, you know, I started writing more and more on each piece of paper, and I started writing smaller. But like in the earlier pieces of paper, it was like very big, and I circled a lot of stuff, and I drew a lot of lines, you know, because I wanted to be big and dramatic. And then I started running out of paper, so I started writing more things, you know. It's like you kind of get into a groove of stuff, you know, and you add more information as you go along, you know. Also, my brain process is not that of a normal human being. You know?
There you go. There's a hint. There's a hint. K-Paul gives a hint. The axe.
Axe.
Remember when we talked about the axe? Someone with a nickname, the axe.
You use those to cut things. I remember writing about a tree at some point.
He's one of them, please.
I'm pretty sure me writing about the tree was unrelated, though. Because that was like an hour later.
I'm gonna cry. My No, please.
Listen, I'm
We
sorry,
talked
Mom.
for like
I
15
tried.
minutes about these people.
Listen, it's in there somewhere. It just has to marinate.
There is MJF. Who are the other members? There's MJF's bodyguard. What is his name? I'm going to start leading you to the answers. One of the members is MJF's bodyguard. He is very tall and well dressed. What is his name?
That's the guy that you would get a restraining order if you met.
Possibly.
I don't know his name.
Ward. What?
I don't know. You said Ward and watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It makes me think of Warmonger.
Ward.
Agent Grant Ward?
His name's fucking Wardlow. That is the second member. The third member, his nickname is the Chairman. What is his name?
I don't have a lot of names on this page. I gave myself some breadcrumbs. You know?
Why didn't you write? The names are the most important part.
I thought I got the important bits, you know. I was big, I was dramatic. Like I said, I was always bad at taking notes in school. Most of the time I didn't. But to be fair, we also had books in school, so I could just look at the books. We don't have books here. I do have a VOD here, though. You know, the VOD is basically a book.
You better fucking study this VOD for next week so that you know all the names. The chairman's name is Sean Spears. Does that sound familiar?
Spears.
Sean Spears.
I'm really bad.
Sean Spears is best friends with an old man. The old man is his valet. What is his name?
Valet. That wasn't the person that was just friends with the 33-year-old.
What 33-year-old? This old man is 63 years old or something. Maybe I think he's like 80. He's really fucking old.
Yeah. That's the guy that was he has like the girl that he like adopted. That, like,
no girls were adopted.
And then we had that tangent where we were like, we don't ship them because we don't ship them.
That's Sting and Darby. Different fucking old man. We're not talking about Sting.
One old person. I thought by like age 60, you're like freaking done.
His name is Tully Blanchard. Tully Blanchard is also like the manager valet of a tag team that I have literally mentioned in this quiz. What is their name?
Breadcrumbs.
It is 3 letters. Tully is 67. What?
Ted.
No! I thought you said
Sam.
No, please. It's an acronym. They were the tag team No! Damn it! These two were the tag team champions before the Young Bucks. They lost the titles to the Young Bucks. We talked about them literally 10 minutes ago.
Let's see.
What is their name?
If it was 10 minutes ago, then let's see. Change paper. We got it.
I should have Jace on this show.
Jace would understand everything so much better than I would.
It's kind of impressive that even by chance he hasn't gotten a single one right.
You guys are overestimating me.
K-Paul, I love you. It's too funny. He's trying, Liz. Is he trying? He didn't write down anyone's names, but he fucking...
Listen, I wrote down names!
There's a Matt conspiracy.
I didn't write down the right ones.
I should have my dad on this show.
Listen, to be fair, I am on no
I should
sleep.
have Rob on here. I'm thinking of all of my friends. I should have Daisy on here. I should have marbles on here. My friend Ruby, I know that she's not here, but like, OMG. Daisy, I literally said you. Hi. I would never forget about you. Please, we have to end this stream soon. I have to piss. What the fuck is the tag team's name? Please.
Let's go ahead and end it. I don't freaking know. I'm gonna be here forever. I'm bad at tests.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll give you the first letter. F.
F.
F. I'm getting out. I'm fucking bored. Please ignore what is currently drawn on there. I love this tiny orange that I drew. I just wanted to show this off. I think I did a great job explaining this. I just think that it's great. Yes! Yes! Please! K-Paul! Say it louder! Listen to K-Paul!
I don't know what that means. Oh, FTR, but that was not the person. That
yes,
was
it is. Yes, that is. That's their name. Like... No, that's the tag team's name. Their tag team name is FTR. It stands for Fear the Revelation, but it also stands for Fuck the Revival because in a previous company they were known as the Revival.
Yeah. No, wait. I have that written down.
Where are they?
I have that written down.
Bonus points if you can tell me the two. Bonus points if you can
FTR,
tell me their
right
name.
There. It says FTR exclamation point. Fear the Book of Revelations.
Yes, exactly. Do you know their names?
And then.
Do you know FTR's
I have it
names?
written somewhere else because you said we were to come back to it.
Yes.
It's
do you know FTR's name?
I think.
Do you know their names?
I don't know. Do I?
We talked about them a lot, multiple times.
Well, I know we did. I know we did. But I'm also not very.
One of them rhymes with axe. One of them rhymes with axe. Please. I thought his name was Dash. Different promotion, different guy. Don't worry about that. Although the name rhymes with it.
I did write down that thing somewhere else, but I don't know where I wrote it.
This is why you should number your segments.
I don't think that would help with how scatterbrained I am. You'll see these notes, and
what
you're
you
gonna
could do
kill
is
me.
you could make like an electronic document, and then you can just Control F to search for what you're looking for.
That won't help me.
I didn't figure.
It would. No, that'd be a great idea for a functioning human being.
We're so close. Their tag team name is FTR. What are their names? What are their names? I love in giant letters it says Cultist Dark Order on the back. What are their names? Please, what are their names?
I don't know. I can't find it. I know.
I don't know what their name.
It's gotta be somewhere. I remember writing it down.
Please.
I remember writing it down, but I'm just bad. Okay.
Please, what are their names?
Listen, you're expecting so much of me.
It's just two names.
For my siblings' birthdays, okay? Sometimes I can't remember their names.
I'm begging you. I am begging you. Chat, cheer him on.
Don't cheer me on! Don't you dare cheer me on!
Please, what are their names? What are their names? I'm asking you, what are their names?
I don't know!
Look up! Look up!
It's all
Look at the camera.
The camera. You're all pixels right now. You are all pixels. You're all blurry. I can't see crap. Okay? Can we just blame this on the cult that you haven't explained? I mean, you like kind of explained it, but you said like there's not enough time.
I mean,
So we'll blame it on them. Wait,
no,
I take
you
it
should
back.
never
You said
blame
we're
it.
joining the cult. You said I'm the cult. You said the cult's the good thing. So we blame the inner circle or the dark order. I don't know. We blame one of them. We just blame one of them.
We don't blame the Dark Order. We love the Dark Order, but the Dark Order is
I
the
blame
cult. The Inner
things.
Circle, which is named like a cult, is not a cult. They're just a bunch of bad guys. Maybe one of these days I'll explain the Dark Order to you, like in full. Or maybe, I don't know, I'll fucking tweet at John Silver and see if he answers me. He probably won't, because he didn't answer my fucking happy birthday thing. He didn't tell me happy birthday, piece of shit. Not that I am deserved anything like that, because, like, everyone has a life, and you can't just expect people to reply to you on
So
Twitter.
if you want to see these notes, I'll post them on Twitter, and then Liz is gonna kill me.
I'm gonna be fucking so mad, because I bet you didn't write anything important down, but you sure did write down, like, Sting is better than Batman.
Listen. The past, and all we can do now is learn from.
Dude, you're hella botting out.
This was a good time.
Did you actually have... Okay.
Time.
Did you... Thank you for posting your Twitter in the chat so that people know where to find you. Follow his Twitter, or don't. He talks about Smash a lot, so if you like Super Smash Brothers, there you go.
I retweet a lot of things. I'm funny sometimes.
Did you actually enjoy your time here? Did you enjoy your stay? Did you have fun?
I think I did.
What would you rate it out of 10?
Don't ask me to rate things out of 10. Rating things out of 10 is not ever accurate, and it gives me anxiety. Ask Jace to rate things out of 10. He can.
Thumbs up or down on your enjoyment?
I think this was a success. Why is my thumb that color?
I don't know. You know, maybe this will work better when you're not running on 0 hours of sleep.
My thumb is blue. I don't know how my thumb got blue.
Maybe this will work better when you're not tired.
Why are both of my thumbs blue?
Chat, did you like this experiment?
All of my fingers are blue.
How did we feel about this podcast? Should we do it again? Or should we fucking quit while we're behind?
Why are all my fingers blue? This is not a bit. I do not understand why my fingers are blue.
It's probably from the graphite of the pencil that you were using.
I've been using a mechanical pencil.
Yeah, sometimes mechanical pencils give off graphite. And it covers your hands.
It's plastic. I haven't been like rubbing it. This looks like my fingers have no oxygen in them.
Well, then make them have oxygen, moron. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this, like this. If you liked this video, then like this video. Except you can't because we're on Twitch. But you can follow me here at twitch.tv/LizWasStreaming, or you can follow the Yemen4 Studios over at twitch.tv/Yemen4Studios. We will be back this Friday at some point to talk about SmackDown.
Probably around 10 p.m. PST-ish, but we'll post updates on Twitter.
Because on Fridays, we would do it earlier, like directly after SmackDown, but I play D&D on Fridays, so I'll have to wait until after that game to do it. It's fun time, great time. But I would do my normal outro for like when I do Liz Plays, where I do all the like nice things, but frankly, it is 3 a.m. No one wants to hear that, and we do gotta get going. So thank you to everyone who watched in chat. I'm glad that you had a good time, and frankly, I had an amazing time. It is so rare to be the smartest it feels so rare to be the smartest person in the room. I don't have much competition, but I felt like the smartest person in the room today. Yaman, are you gonna say goodbye? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you gonna say goodbye? I can't hear what you're playing. It just vaguely sounds like screaming every once in a while.
Oh, is it not picking it up? Is it not picking it up?
No. It picks up it every once in a while and it goes, ah. And then it stops. And it goes, ah.
I started playing How Could This Happen to Me?
How could this happen to me? Don't give me a DMCA takedown. Don't do that.
Well, it didn't work. Fair enough. That's true. Twitch has gotten really wonky.
Yeah, Twitch is cracking down. Don't mess my stuff up.
All right, just everyone pretend that I played that really dramatically.
Yes.
All right, just stare.
Are you gonna say goodbye?
This is my dad. I wanted all of you to know that. This is my dad.
And I will bid you all adieu. Good night. Or fucking goodbye. Good night. Bang. I'm not standing up to do it. Yemen says good night and goodbye. I say good night and goodbye.
I'm standing.
I love you. Or shit, I fucked it up. I will see you when I see you. Okay, love you. Bye.